Now you see us. Now you don't. No, I was just kidding. All right, hey. Welcome everybody to the first episode, the first issue of Streetlight Knights, team, the Covenant. We're going to take it to the streets. We're going to be playing the very first issue, which is titled Breaking the Bank tonight. But before we do that, we should do a little roundtable. We should let everybody plug what they've got going on, who they are, and who their character is. We've got to say who their character is and what their powers are, because we did the power creation a couple of sessions ago, so people may not be aware of exactly who our heroes or anti-heroes are in this game. So I'm going to start off with Megan, aka Swift Fox.
Well, you spoiled it. My character's name is Swift Fox. She's by day. She's a forest ranger. Yes.
Are you a forest ranger? Oh.
And by night she's Swift Fox, super speedy, and can walk on walls and ceilings and things. So no surface is an obstacle for Miss Swift Fox. He is very precise and pessimistic, so I will try not to smile as often as I normally do. It'll be hard.
That's
right. Also, for myself, as you can see, I have not moved yet. Card games on the docket today this week was Kings in the Corner. If you haven't played it, my friends, it is an oldie but a goodie, and always a fan with the little ones. So that's what I got going on.
Actually, always a fan with the ladies. Megan's like, no. Sorry, that's where I thought you were going. Very good. What do you have your next game picked out?
Whist. Because
I've played Whist. Yeah,
I never heard of that.
Awesome. We packed all our board games, and it's just every week they're like, oh no, it's another week until we move. It's another week. So all we have is cards. So yeah, this week it's Whist. I love it.
Very good, very good. Jeff, aka the Meat Man.
Anon. I am Jeff. Twitch.tv, that's just / the Lollygaggers or something we play on Fridays, Saturdays, and Mondays. I'm playing the Meat Man. They're otherwise known as Carver Ryback, who is a cook by day and a meat man by night, I suppose, or just a meat man all day. I don't know.
What is a meat man?
He's a guy who just likes his meat. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, he's a fairly dark character. He's very Punisher-esque, I think, is where I'm going with him. Kind of gruff, etc. His two main abilities are, one of them is arsenal. So basically he has just tons of weapons. And so I just envision all variations of cleavers and meat hooks and chains and knives, things like that. And then his other power is his combat vehicle, which is a revamped food truck, but not like, fancy looking food truck, like, like a hardcore rusted old crappy kind of combat vehicle, but that also can actually get into the fray. Like I literally can bring it in, which is very fun. Yeah, that's him. That's the Meat Man.
The Meat Man. Very good,
Yeah.
Meat Man. Next up, we have Pat as Alley Cat.
Hello, hello, hello. Tonight I'll be portraying Alley Cat, a defender of the people. She grew up on the rough streets of New Eden, and she's out to defend the people that she loves and the community that she was raised in, against whatever threats may arise. She is a super, what is the word?
Cool.
What's her? Super cool, yes, but like high dexterity, agility. That's the word I was looking for. She's not that well versed in lingo, but she makes up for it in agility and luck. Believe it or not, she's the exact opposite of a black cat. Hence her name, Tabby or Tabitha.
Tabitha. I need some information from you, Pat, about your character that I collected from the others before the game. What is your superpower? What's your first one? Your 80% one, the one that is your strongest superpower.
Yes, my agility is my major superpower.
Agility? Okay. Is it like enhanced agility or something like that?
Yes, enhanced agility.
Beautiful.
And luck is my secondary.
Ah. And what
And
is
I
your
only have those two.
what's your day job? What's your identity?
My identity is I'm
Are you
a
social worker?
social worker.
I
Thank
knew
you.
somebody was.
Yes, I work with the people that I support,
You're
and it
cool.
helps me figure out who's doing bad things in the neighborhood.
Who's doing those bad things in the neighborhood? Those bad guys.
Yeah.
All right, Aaron. Aaron will be playing Grendel.
Yes, Grendel is he's an ex-con. Recently was paroled out of prison and returned to his home neighborhood to set things right and try to get his life straightened out. He's a very carefree and confident personality. He's free now and he loves it. His primary superpower is transformation. So think Clayface, Venom, the hero from the Prototype video games, Hunter from the Micronauts comic books. His secondary, he's also super strong. So he uses those two to great effect to try to stop crime in his neighborhood. When he's not Grendel, who is about a 7 foot tall, gray skinned, giant mouthed monster of a hero, he's Elvis LaCroix, working at a pet rescue, a dog rescue place in the city. And this week, when I'm not playing Grendel, on Wednesday, I'll be on Garblag Games playing Warhammer Fantasy 4th Edition at 8 o'clock British Standard Time or 12 noon Pacific Standard Time. Then on Friday, we'll be playing Dune at 9 p.m. British Standard Time or 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And then on Sunday, we'll be playing some Aliens on Free League.
Yes, I'm going to kill Evan's new character this week. Tune in.
Hanzo survived the wrath of Sergeant Quill because Sergeant Quill died.
Yep.
It came down to the dice, all right? It came down to the dice. You just don't want to ever roll a critical injury in the 60s. That's all there is to it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Evan, last but not least, Evan, who we're talking about, is playing Nightlight, our teenage hero.
Nightlight is a young teenage hero. He's probably like, I don't know, 12, 13, 14, somewhere in there, like junior high age. He is at boarding school. He's originally from England, but he is now in the Americas, in New Eden. He is on his day job or day life. He's the truffle lord. He is independently wealthy as he has a truffle business where he grows them because he has the powers of cold and fire manipulation, so he can control the temperature to be perfect for truffle growth.
Don't you need
so that's how
shit for that too?
Don't worry about it. He's the truffle lord. That's what the meat man's for. But he is partners with the meat man, and that will, I'm sure, get into more details somehow as we play. But yeah, that's his powers. He wears like his, like, imagine like preppy school kid that has like a like a little suit and jacket and like a little pants. Like he wears that even when he's Nightlight. He doesn't take that off.
Kind of like that kid from what's that one? Umbrella Academy.
Yes.
What's his name? 11?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Kind of like that. And
Okay.
so he looks
kid.
more like from Willy Wonka, the German boy. What was his name? I don't remember. The one that ate all the chocolate all the time. Kind of looks more like that. He's a little bit. Yeah. He's a little bit, on the chubbier side. He has thick blonde hair, but he has like a little like, what you imagine a child's mask on that's like gold and black. And he has little gloves that are gold and black as his cold powers.
How adorable.
Yeah, his cold powers come out gold, like gold ice, and then his fire is like black fire.
All right. You need the independently wealthy card, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, while I give you the independently wealthy card, someone give us a rundown of New Eden for the stream, please. What is New Eden, our setting?
Basically Vegas, sort of, is kind of what we're after with it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can provide a rundown if you'd like.
Go for it.
All right. So, in the middle of the desert, there once was an oil farm, and when the oil ran dry, the rich people needed some sort of new income, and so they made a city here, a city of sin, and they called it New Eden. That's right, folks, New Eden, founded as a paradise in the desert, and turned into a corrupt den of crime, lorded over by the all-powerful mafiosos of the what's their organization called, everybody?
Court of Dis.
The Court of Dis. That's right, folks. The Court of Dis is in charge of New Eden, from their highest towers to the lowest slums, where we protect the city streets. And the odds are against us in New Eden, but we're the Covenant, and we're out to return some power to the people.
It was determined. Thank you, Pat. That was excellent. It was determined. This is your first mission together, also. So you've met.
Yes.
You've kind of like decided you want to join forces, the five of you, but this is going to be your first outing. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. So we'll go through this. This is going to be a learning session as well as we go through it. The game is quite simple. It's a percentile die, and it's a roll under system. So for most of the time, I'll just ask you to roll me a D100, and we'll see if you succeed. There is also the option to gain challenge dice, which will make things harder, and advantage dice will give you bonuses in combat situations. But pretty much you're a hero, and you have to do heroic things and look really cool as you're doing it. Any questions? Who says that? Oh, David S. Pumpkins says that. No?
Nope.
No, nobody got David
I don't know what. I don't know
I'm
what
sorry,
that is.
I can't hear you over the crickets.
Oh, Jeff's the first to die here tonight.
No one kills the meat,
Jeff's
man.
gonna
What
kill
are you
you.
talking about?
Jeff's gonna kill me in Aliens. Oh wait, he kills me every time in Aliens. It's okay.
Tit for tat.
These things
I
happen.
willingly sacrificed myself last time for
That's true.
the gang. I was gonna call you the troop.
Great,
Uh,
good.
I'll tell you this, Jeff, right now. Some word of advice is do not call them soldiers, because I've got so many negative comments and guff over calling them soldiers. So do not call us soldiers when you run the Marine campaign.
Fair enough.
Or just Marines. That is true.
Soldiers are the army, and it keeps slipping out every time. All right, Streetlight Knights. Hey, Alley Cat, do you live in Paradise? Is that the neighborhood that you live in and patrol and watch?
I do believe that we do, actually. I
You
think
do
that's
live in
the
Paradise?
so that's the shitty one, right?
That is a
Yes.
shitty one. That's the bad neighborhood.
That's the really shitty one. Yeah, that's
the
where
locals
I'm from.
call it the shitty one.
That's where I'm from.
Okay, so I'm gonna say you're unabashed. There are people in the neighborhood who know who you are. They know that you are Alley Cat and you are the protector of the people. Even though you wear a mask, don't you, when you go out?
Yeah, unfortunately, it didn't get here. I ordered one from Amazon. I've got a little cat mask.
Yeah, but you do have.
She
People...
also ordered it from Amazon too.
Did she? That's why it
Oh, yeah.
didn't arrive. Give me the name of someone in the neighborhood who you maybe use as like an informant or someone you trust. They're also a dependent. I know we already have a dependent with your ex, who is also the media, social media person who's out to get you.
Influencer, yeah.
Influencer. Thank you, influencer. But I'd like another dependent in your neighborhood. Someone.
Okay.
Do you have like maybe a ring of people that like bring you information, or they could be like gang members or ex-gang members or junkies or just regular old folk? Give me somebody who's an informant for you.
Totally. I'd like to think that Matthew Singh, the SINGH, the local I'm not going to say bartender, the local like liquor store runner.
Okay, yeah. Corner liquor store.
Yeah, the guy who runs the corner liquor store, always plopped behind his very, very protective glass windows. And, if you hit him afterwards when he's not behind the glass windows, he might have more to say.
So you're walking through the streets of Paradise, and it is anything but. And you're passing Matthew Singh's liquor store. What's the name of the liquor store? I don't know. We'll call it.
It's honestly, it's super cliche. It's just Paradise Liquor.
I like it. It works. And you hear boom, 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 banging on the window as he sees you walk by, and he's motioning you in.
I slink into the shadows, becoming one with the night. As I re-emerge, only my face, hidden behind a mask, right next to his.
Right next to his face inside. It's like, whoa!
No, I mean, like as close as I can get. I'm
You go
super
inside.
agile, so maybe.
The door opens, even though you're silent as a cat. The ding dong on the door goes off as you enter the liquor store, and it goes, "Alley Cat, have you seen the news? There's
And on patrol.
there's robbers. They're breaking into Paradise National Bank. They've got a number of hostages. You got to get down there and stop them before they kill anyone."
I could care less about the bank, but the hostages, I'll have to go save.
Yeah, down with those corporate fat cats.
Yeah, that one. All right, you stay tight here, and you have my number. Alert me if anything changes.
Yeah, will do.
And yeah, she's off to the bank. She grabs her bicycle, which, you know, embarrassingly enough, is her most convenient form of transportation from one place to another within this dark city.
You get on your
And
yeah,
she gets her ass over towards the bank.
your bicyclette. You get on the scene. You can hear alarms going off. There are police cars parked all around the block. There's a huge crowd of people. They're pointing. The police are putting up barricades trying to keep people back. And you can see, like, through the crowd. You're kind of a ways back, we'll say. You can see into the bank through the windows. And you see there are a number of men who are armed. Shotguns, assault rifles. They've got balaclavas over their face. Ski masks. If you will call them that. I don't know if that's a Canadian term, balaclava, over their face.
Ski masks.
Ski masks over their face, and you see that there are people down on their hands and knees on the ground. There's people weeping. You see there's a couple of guards that are strung up from appears to be some pipes on the ceiling, and it looks like just chaos, and the police are trying to get a hold of it. Now, remember, you have an uneasy relationship with the authorities and the police in this city. You're considered loose cannons, and you operate outside of the due process of law. So how do you want to handle this? The cops are going to say the cops haven't seen you. You haven't approached them. You're just kind of like taking this in from a distance.
All right. Well, I don't like the cops. They don't like me, and I want to do this as expediently as possible and without drawing their ire. So I think what I'm going to do is try and come in from above. Is there an entrance on the roof by chance?
It is a two-story bank, and there might be an entrance on the top. You are severely outnumbered. It might be a good time to maybe call in some backup.
As much as I don't like this, I have made some contacts in the vigilante business. Maybe it is time I phoned a friend. Looks like there's too many cops and too many other bad guys for me to handle tonight. So I pull out my handy dandy cell phone from I'm not telling you where my pockets are, and she dials the number of Meat Man and Barnacle Boy.
All right, Meat Man and Barnacle Boy. Meat Man and Nightlight.
That's how she has it saved on her phone.
That is awesome. So, Meat Man, are you working your food truck? It's like it's late afternoon. I'm gonna say it's daylight. Are you working your food truck somewhere and your phone goes off?
Probably not. No.
Okay. What are you doing? What are you up to right now, Meat Man?
It's probably parked in a very secluded garage, and I am I'm just carving up some meat, getting the next day's batch all ready to go. Where it came from, that doesn't matter.
I was gonna say, where do you get your meat from, Meat Man?
I don't know. You do see that there's some really nice suits that have been folded up and bloodied in the corner that just so happen to match some of the court of Dis and various other folks. Just, I don't know, coincidental maybe.
Is Nightlight there with you?
Probably reluctantly. Yeah.
One
of those. It's one of those things where like he just shows up. Just like
I imagine it's like he comes to the meat man, like it's been like, for the maybe past couple of weeks, he's like, I got your flyer, meat man, I'm here for the apprenticeship, and it's like you keep denying him, but he comes back every time.
I've told you like 100 times I didn't make no damn flyer. Get out of here, kid.
Look, I have it right here, I can show you.
And I'll just like, my hands bloodied with blood. I'll just crumple it up and throw it in the corner.
Your phone's ringing. You should probably answer it. We probably should help somebody.
Yeah, and I hand it over to you, and it's just covered in like different like meat guts and stuff.
Oh,
make yourself useful.
Nightlight meat man here.
God, why do you always answer the phone? Look, I need your help. I don't know if you're privy to the news, but it's kind of a thing that a lot of people look at, and it usually tells what's going on in the city at large. Of course, I'm explaining this to you because I have nothing better to do. I'm staring at a whole bunch of cops and a whole bunch of bank robbers, and I'm hopelessly outgunned here.
Okay, I put you on
a hand.
You're on speaker. We can get the meat mobile ready in no time.
Why?
Told you not to call it the meat mobile.
Oh man, can I talk to your elder, please?
Yeah, he's on speaker. He can hear you.
Hi, meat man. I think they told you that's a really bad name. Anyway, I need your help.
With what?
Bank robbery? Does nobody watch the news?
We're robbing a bank?
Not today. We're saving people, hostages, in a bank.
I don't care much about saving no one. Is there anyone there to carve up?
There's a whole bunch of people in balaclavas
We're
or
on our
ski
way.
masks, depending on whether you're Canadian or not.
I'll hang it up already. I'll hang up halfway through it the minute you said there are targets, and I'll close the phone up. Like, I know, charge that for me.
Barnacle
What?
boy. It's a flip phone.
It is. It's totally a flip phone.
Meat man does not
100%
have
flip
time to charge his own phone.
No,
He's meat man.
my
I
hands
thought
are
it
dirty.
was. I thought it was gonna drive. Why would I charge this thing?
You fucking. Oh my.
Drive. You
Yeah,
can't
it's
even ride
just-
a bike.
It's just like the video games.
I keep seeing you outside sitting on some kind of pillow thinking it's supposed to go somewhere. You ain't driving my wagon.
You know what? I'm the reason you even have it.
Nah. All right, let's go. And I won't even
Nice.
clean. I'll just wipe my hands off because that's all I do. And then we'll get the wagon ready to go.
Why do I work with these people? So I'm assuming if they're not calling for help from the other teammates,
I guess it's
assume we
up to
have
you. You got to reach out to Grendel and Swift Fox next.
Fine. All right, so clearly my character had the least savory interaction ever possible with these two fuckers. So she's not banking on them supporting her. In fact, they kind of hung up on her before she even got the chance to catch the "Yes, I'm coming" response. So she's under the impression you're not coming. So she calls another friend. This time, all right, between the two of you, I think I've worked with Grendel once before.
Yeah,
But,
we did.
Yeah, I'm assuming. Yeah, you know what? Grendel's definitely going to be my next call. I'm sorry, Nightfox or Swift Fox.
Swift Fox.
Fuck, I can't even get people's names right. Really shitty at this hero thing. It was easier when I was just a lone person in a mask doing some good. Now I'm meeting all these other people with fake names. So annoying. Anyway, I call another friend, Grendel.
Hey, Kat, what can I do for you?
Wow, that is surprisingly civil.
Did you talk to Meat Man first?
You know, I just kind of assumed Meat Man was a little more networked than I, but you know what? Fuck it. I'll be the networker here. You seen the news?
No, I was out picking up a stray.
Oh, wow. Very similar, except for I have no idea what you mean by stray, and also I don't mean a cat either. Anyway, you might wanna, or I could just tell you, the local bank is being, it's under attack. There's a whole bunch of people in ski masks, a bunch of hostages. I don't really care about the bank itself. The hostages kind of do matter to me. So you might want to help me out, maybe?
And you see Elvis LaCroix looking around. He's holding this 40-pound dog in his hands, getting ready to hand it over to his landlady, boss, best friend. And Doc, he's like, he's got the phone under his shoulder. He's like, yeah, I'll be there in 5-10 minutes, maybe less.
Oh, you're an absolute saint.
Hey, can you call Swift Fox? I gotta get.
You got your hands busy.
I gotta get changed. Yeah. And so
all right.
He turns and he hands the dog over to Annie, who's his landlady, and he's like, Annie, that was a call. They found another stray dog, and it's roaming over by the bank somewhere, and they say they're gonna call the pound, so I'm gonna run over there and pick it up real quick, okay?
Sure. Oh yeah.
He walks out the back, and as he's walking out, he goes from your average size, nondescript guy with short brown hair and dirty gray eyes. And he just starts expanding and expanding. And he gets to about 7 feet tall and about 5 feet wide with pale gray skin and red eyes with a heavy brow and no nose and a mouth that just seems to keep going forever with these giant teeth in it. And he just claws flexing in his fingers. He pulls a sleeveless crimson hoodie over his shoulders, and he straps on an old tack vest, and then he walks outside and leaps up to the nearest roof and then starts gliding towards the bank as wings fold out from his arms.
Oh, that's cool.
God, I love Grendel. I should have called him first.
Now Swift Fox.
He's the hero the city needs. So Swift Fox, you hear a ring, 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 or whatever you set my annoying ringtone to. It's probably something more like meow, meow, meow. Help me! I'm pathetic. Meow.
And
that's just my internal dialogue.
you get her voicemail. You get beep. Hi, thanks for calling Rhonda Mueller. I'm sorry I can't come to the phone right now. If you could leave your name and message, I'll be sure to get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you.
Hang up.
And then all of a sudden you feel this gush of wind, and there I appear beside you. But I've got this tag hanging off of this like one unit, like navy blue unitard, and I just look at the tag. It's like, oh, and then I go back and I come back, and this big gust of wind, and there's no tag. All right, what do we got?
Hi.
You called.
Wow. Shit. Hi. That was quick. Bank rob thingy going on. Balaclavas. Wow, you're fast.
Right. I'll take a look around, and off I go.
There you go. All right. So everybody's on their way there, and I realized that we did not select our team roles yet this session. So I just shared a handout with you. We have a number of roles to choose from. The roles are not constant. They can change from session to session, issue to issue. So you if you take leader this week, doesn't mean you're going to always be the leader and have to take that going forward. So the options are, for the people who are at home and can't see them, we have artillery, striker, support, booster, leader, tactician, controller, and tank. And they all have abilities tied to them depending on what they select. So who wants to select what this session for their role in this adventure?
I think Grendel would be a good tank.
Grendel's our tank
for this issue.
Okay.
Absolutely. Disgustingly enough, I think I'm either leader, tactician, or support. Please don't make me be the leader, though.
It is good, though, for moving people's initiative cards.
Leader is good, yes. Because so in this game, initiative is re-rolled at the top of every round. It's drawn. You still have a deck card, so it's always changing. So if you can shift people around in that initiative order, it's never a bad thing.
I guess I did inadvertently assemble the team.
Alley Cat's the leader this issue. All right.
I love this game.
Jeff, or Meatman, I should say. Meatman, what do you have in mind?
Me man, probably. I don't know. He's pretty offensive, more ways than one. So probably striker or artillery would be. I would recommend for him.
Which
So,
one?
but I don't care which. If Megan or if Evan have a inclination for one of those two.
Can I try striker?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, I'm muted.
Striker. Yeah, you're back.
Which one do you want, Evan?
What do you want, Nightlight?
You can take artillery then if you want. If that
I could
works
do
for you.
tactician too. Tactician's not bad for me either.
I was gonna do artillery or controller, so I can do one of those, whatever you want. You're the boss.
What do you want,
kinda.
Meatman? You're calling the shots.
Me man. Okay. Sure, I'll do artillery then.
Artillery.
I will do controller.
Controller. All right. So we're gonna see this in effect. So I'm gonna say everyone arrives on the scene. So Meatman and Nightlight, you arrive in the meat wagon. What's it called?
The Meatmobile.
It's called a truck.
In the
It's
truck.
called.
You arrive in the truck.
Doesn't need any extra special name to it.
Swift Fox, you're on the roof with Alley Cat. Alley Cat, I'm gonna say you leapt over the roof. You went from building rooftop to rooftop. And Grendel, you just kind of like glide down on the roof and meet Alley Cat and Swift Fox there. And Meatman, Nightlight, you're on the ground unless you have a way to get up there.
Well, I got a way to get up there.
There-
And then I'm gonna hit a button on the dashboard
Yeah.
of the meat truck, and you're gonna see like hooks and chains shoot out of the top part right above the windshield.
Yeah.
And then I'm just gonna meat hook it and crawl all the way up to the
Oh,
roof.
I was just gonna use my power. Okay.
So it's
you
like
know, this-
I don't
like
have any
in the side of
powers.
buildings, and all right, and people in the streets are like looking up, like, oh, they're pointing, and the cops say, "Meatman, stay away. We have the situation under control."
You don't have anything under control. And I'll ignore them.
He-
Grendel,
I mean-
Grendel looks over the side of the building and he waves at the cops. He's like, "Hello, police officers. We're here to save the day." Yeah.
Is this in your monster form or normal?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, of course.
Just grin is just huge, almost encompasses his whole face when he starts. But he's very excited about being a hero.
They didn't realize, they didn't notice the three of you on the roof, and they spin around, and some of the cops draw weapons and go, "We have the situation under control. Please leave the scene. We do not need you to intervene."
Grendel's
Well,
right.
Fox-
Grendel's right ear grows huge, and he puts his hand behind it. He goes, "I couldn't catch that."
Is Swift Fox anywhere near me?
Yeah, come back.
Swift Fox, are you next to Alley Cat? Where are you?
I've just come back to advise on the situation. So what does the back look like? What does the front look like?
So you go around the front. The doors are open. Looks like the doors are kicked or busted open. The back, there is a back entrance in the alleyway. That door appears to have not been opened. It's one of those doors where it's like you need a key to get in. There's no actual handle on it. You need to turn a key and pull it open. You can see through the windows. There are a number of hostages, probably like 30 people in here, from bank workers to civilians or customers and such. There are security guards in there. And like I said, these are just kind of like nondescript sort of criminals that are in there. No distinct markings or anything.
So it's not the dis then, hey?
Not the dis. No, it is definitely not the dis.
Well, I'll come back and say, so it looks like a couple of one-timers looking to make a quick buck. They've strung up a couple of civilians. Back door is locked. But yeah, we can I think we can get in through the roof.
Roof sounds like the best bet. Also, remind me never to call, at the very least, Meatman again. That is an atrocity. Anyway,
Grendel
yeah.
looks over at me, man. He's like, "I actually thought that was pretty cool, man."
Let's
Thanks.
go do this and be superheroes or something.
All
I'm
right.
forgetting a lot of things.
So what's your
Oh,
approach?
hell.
Looks like second story. Also, there's just offices on the second story. Main floor has the there's some offices down there as well. There are where the tellers are the tellers' desks or booths, and there's also a vault down there.
I can melt the back door lock. You know, I got powers stuff. I can do that. Unless we just want to jump in from the ceiling.
You know what I'm gonna do? I think are there any tall buildings next to me with a fire escape?
Yes, there is. There is a fire escape going down the building.
I think it probably goes without saying that I can leap from the first story to wherever the fire escape starts.
Yeah.
And then from then I just kind of keep propelling myself up and up and up the fire escape. And then once I'm kind of at the top, or if it goes higher than the building by too much, I probably don't go all the way up. But basically, I just want to launch myself from the fire escape to the roof.
Okay, no problem. I'm not even gonna make you roll for that. Yeah, you go ahead and you do that, and you can see the cops, like the crowd's like, they're like kind of like pointing, and they're like, some people are cheering. You hear other people like, boo, get those capes out of here. Let the cops handle it.
The cops are part of the problem society gave you, but not here or there.
Nightlight will make a ice slide down to the back door because it's on the first floor, and then I'm going to use my fire manipulation to just melt the lock on the. You said it's a lock, right?
Yeah, it's a lock. So go ahead and roll me a D100, please.
I'm a D100.
Your favorite kind of dice.
My favorite dice.
So you need to roll a 70 or lower to succeed.
70 or lower.
To roll under 85. So you get down there, you start to concentrate, and you start shooting beams of fire out of your hands, or whatever it looks like, and they just kind of fizzle and smoke after a while. Meatman's standing over you. He's not impressed.
Just growling the whole time.
So Grendel's still on the roof, so he just goes to the roof access door.
Yeah.
Grabs the handle with this huge mitt of a fist and just kind of crunches it and crunches the lock and pushes the door open.
Okay.
Matt,
do you have
when Evan and I first arrived, did we get credit to go up to the roof with firing the grappling hook thingies out of my combat vehicle, or are we somewhere else?
No, I'm gonna say you met up on the roof with them with the grapple hook.
Okay, so I just want to see if I was next to Grendel or not.
Yeah, you're next to Grendel. Grendel, go ahead and roll your super strength, please. Again, a 70 or lower is what's needed to succeed for this. Yeah, so you grab this thing and you just throw it pull it off the hinges. It goes flying behind you, kind of over to the adjacent rooftop.
I didn't mean to actually pull that hard, but I think we can go in now. After you, Meatman.
What? No.
Thank you. And I'll just go in.
Yeah. When the door opens, you can now clearly hear the alarms going off. They're really loud. There's actual bell in the stairwell here, ringing right next to you. So we have rooftop access. Nightlight's down there trying to burn a hole in the lock. Alley Cat, you swung down onto the fire escape. Is that correct?
So I kind of figured I'd grab myself up on the fire escape of an adjacent building. But if this one has a fire escape, then fuck yeah, I'm going for that fire escape.
This one does have a fire escape, and you want to go down it to where?
I'm thinking. So there were 2 floors to this, right?
Yep.
Maybe I see if the odds are in my favor with regards to the second story window being unlocked.
Sure. Yeah.
Might be a luck roll.
I was going to say, make me a luck roll, please. You're also going to need a 70 or lower.
Okay, and I don't yet have a character sheet, but
it's just going to be all dice down at the bottom. The character sheets were passed out in the Discord. They're all paper.
Damn.
So you
not feeling my luck tonight.
You're trying window to window, and they're all locked. You look through the window though as you're doing it, and Grendel's just standing on the other side, waving at you, and Meatman's next to him. Do you unlock the window for Alley Cat?
Go click. Come on.
Thank you.
My pleasure, Alley.
Make it.
Swift Fox, where are you? What are you doing?
I've definitely come down off I followed the gentleman in through the roof hatch to see what's happening, and I'm going to go all the way down to the basement.
There's no basement here. There's a main floor and just the second floor.
Right.
So you can zoom down to that main floor if you want.
Yep. I'm gonna zoom down to the main floor, and I want to read the situation, Matt.
Now read the situation. Go ahead and make me a roll, please. We're gonna use your super speed here. You also have wall walking. Do you want to walk on the walls? No.
Oh, absolutely. Kind of like a spiral around the stairs, like
Sure.
the walls, the ceiling, and so forth.
So
And I'm like crouching down on the ceiling, peering into the main area. And I'm also going to I'm going to use my government agent read the situation bit and see what I can see.
yeah, so you get down there and you run down and you're just like a blur, like nobody sees you whatsoever. So you see there are 10 kind of like masked, I say ski mask wearing criminals, shotguns, assault rifles. They've got people and hostages everywhere, all over the area. It looks like there's also 2 other criminals in here, and they seem to be in charge. They're calling the shots. One of them, he's got a shotgun, and he's like shooting up at this. Like I said, there's these 2 security guards that are hanging from a pipe system on the ceiling. It looks like it was connected to the sprinklers. And he's shooting up at them, and every once in like it's getting closer and closer to these cops falling, and eventually either getting shot or hurting themselves or breaking something from the fall from being up on the ceiling. The ceiling's quite high in here. There's also a giant, massive chandelier in the middle of this room. The other one who's kind of calling the shots is like telling people to shut up and be quiet, and he's ordering some of his minions to go into the safe and get whatever they can. Get whatever you can out of there. Get whatever's left.
Excellent. So sorry, how many bad guys are there?
There are 10 like almost like underlings, and then there's 2 like lieutenants calling the shots. We'll call them.
So I'll come back and say, all right, so it looks like there's 2 coppers hanging from the pipes there. They don't have much longer. They're using them for target practice, the animals. And there's 10 underlings and 2 kind of guys, big boss men, think they're all that. However, I think that I can do it. I think I can distract them by cutting down this gigantic chandelier. I think it'd be great. Cause some havoc, some mess.
There may be some civilians in the path of that.
Yes.
Sounds like a good idea.
One might go so far as to say the bad guys are singing to bring down the chandelier.
Yeah, I vote for getting the hostages out first. I mean, isn't that why we're here?
That's why I'm here. Yeah.
I'm here to resupply. And I'll start heading down.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Swift Fox, while you were at the bottom of the stairs, there was also a door leading to the alleyway, and you could hear someone out there and like trying to get in. You could from the outside.
Oh, click! And run.
I did it! Yes. He walks in. He's like, hey.
Come on.
That was me, right? That was me.
Absolutely. Come on upstairs.
Nice. Okay.
All right. So you go back in there. So what's the plan? We know the situation. What's the plan? There's a group of hostages behind the teller stations. There's about 6 people that are down on their hands and knees, and there's looks like there's some trigger happy bad guys in there. There's another guy telling others to get whatever they can out of the vault. We've got some guards that are strung up and it look like they're in danger.
All right. So here's the plan. We make sure that the hostages stay safe. If the coppers outside have to die, then so be it. But we make sure that the people that we care about, the people of this town, stay safe. So I don't want anybody letting any chandeliers fall on them. Nothing like that. Okay.
I don't want to see the cops die either. That's just me.
I mean,
I am Nightlight, and he charges forward.
Oh, okay.
I'm already gone. Already gone.
He's charging.
Didn't hear any of that.
The rest of you are planning.
Oh God.
My plan is to try and use I want to try and create a frozen freeze their hands where their guns are on the people or something, try to freeze some of the people with weapons, like their hands, so they can't fire.
Okay, well, we'll go on initiative for this now.
I want to find the
Yeah.
biggest guy, and I'm going for him.
Character and her horrible
Minor
plans.
villain
This is why you
one.
don't let her be the leader.
Is first in the initiative. So our minor villain's going to see you coming down the stairs. Next, we have
Oh, sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Megan is our striker.
No, I don't think we roll anything.
No,
We
I'm
roll.
rolling it all myself. I'm doing it. Then we have the Meat Man.
Do you want
Sir
high or
Meat
low?
Man.
Doesn't matter. I'm just rolling down the line. I have you all programmed in a
I know, but do you want a high initiative, right?
no.
Oh, you want it to be low?
It's a card. It's a deck of cards.
Okay, he's not answering the question.
He's drawing from a table.
There,
and
you don't
so-
roll.
Yeah, it's first sec. It's low. I get your question.
One
Thank
is
you.
one is best.
Thank you. That is all I was asking. It's just high or low.
There is no high or low.
It's just cards, dude.
Cards. You don't understand. What do I have? Aaron, you're the tank, right? Yeah.
I am the tank.
All right. And we got minions. And then we've got. All right, there we go. So we have our turn order across. Can you all see the tokens that are out there
Yes.
on the play area? So first up, we're going to have one of those lieutenants. So Meat Man and Nightlight, you're coming down the stairs. This guy turns around and goes, "What the hell? Halloween come early?" And he's going to level his assault rifle, and he's going to fire at the two of you. Oh, and he hits. Who does he hit?
I'm Nightlight.
1, 2 is Meat Man. 3, 4 is Nightlight. Nightlight, he hits you for 50 points of damage.
What is my? I have 50 health or 100 health?
You have 100
100.
resistance by default.
Oh, I see it. I see it now. Okay. Just a scratch.
Opens up
Mates.
and hits you. Next up is our striker. So Swift Fox, you hear gunfire from downstairs.
Hold
You
on,
look around,
before-
you're like, "Where's Meat Man? Where's Nightlight?"
Before we move on, is Nightlight still close enough to Grendel for Grendel to use his tank ability to spend a hero point and deflect some of that damage?
I'm gonna say they moved ahead. The rest
Okay.
of you were kind of plotting, and they just walked down the stairs and entered the fray.
I'm gonna, because I don't have a weapon. I'm gonna run down and see if I can grab the.
So- Gotcha. On your turn, so everybody should have the PDF of their character sheets that I sent out earlier. On the second page at the bottom, it says "on your turn" and explains what you can do. So at the beginning of combat, when it breaks out, first thing you're going to do is you're going to take hero points equal to the amount that are showing on the right side of your character sheet. So if you have 2 powers, that means you're going to start combat with 3 hero points. And I think everybody in the party has 2 powers. So just remember, you have 3 hero points when combat breaks out. On your turn,
I took a basic power, so I've got
did you?
4 hero points.
You have 4. On your turn, you can move and you can take an action. An action is like an attack, which is just rolling a d100, and what you get for a result is how much damage you do. We're attacking. We have a couple of different kinds of villains here. We have minions, and minions it's like an abstract thing. So those are the 10 kind of like underlings that are wandering around, and every time you deal like damage, it doesn't matter how much or how little to a minion, you remove 1 from that number. So 10 would become 9, 8, 7, 6, so forth. You just kind of whittled them down. But we also have some minor villains here, and these are the 2 lieutenants calling the shots. So they actually have a set amount of hit points, and they're like you. They have they don't necessarily have abilities, but they have hit points, and they're more than just like a group or an idea of bad guys. On your turn, you can do things like attack the bad guys. There are also complications, and by resolving complications is a way to earn more hero points in a conflict. We have a couple of complications in this scene. One of the complications is the 6 hostages that are being held behind the teller booths, and another is the security guards who are being hung up. So you can spend your turn to try and reduce those complications, and by doing so, you gain hero points. But to reduce complications, you do need to get boons on the advantage dice. Is that correct, Jeff? It's been a while for me.
Say that again. What was
To
the question?
reduce a complication, you need to get boons, don't you? You need to roll a boon.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. So and you could
but they do cancel each other out, so that's like the net positive of it.
Right.
It's one of the uses of boons. There are multiple uses for boons, but that's one of them. Yeah.
And you can gain, so boons are gained by getting challenge dice, and you can gain challenge dice. Like, I'll give them to you if you do something really cool, creative, you think outside the box. If you're doing something heroic, I'll be like, hey, give yourself like two advantage dice, or one advantage dice, or three advantage dice. I think the maximum advantage dice you can have is 4, and the maximum challenge dice you can have is 4. I'll give you challenge dice if the situation is stacked against you. I might say like, hey, you can have like 1 or 2 of those advantage dice, but you also get like 1 challenge based off the current situation. You can also use your powers. So you can spend your hero points to typically trigger special powers or abilities on your cards, on your superpowers that you selected. So that is an option as well.
And our powers, they're like, they can be used now, and the time token is after you use it.
Right. Once you use it, then it'll tell you how many time tokens
to
put on it.
basically.
And the beginning of the next turn, you remove 1 turn token or time token at the beginning of the round. So yeah, it ticks back down to you're able to use that ability again. So
there's also the tactician ability. If anyone, I'm not sure if anyone is the tactician, but if somebody is, like, their specific team role is that they can actually remove an extra time token for people. So it's a way of like helping others out.
We do not have a tactician, unfortunately.
I might do that next time.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
All right. So back to you, Swift Fox. Sorry, I need to interrupt and remind and explain the rules here.
Oh, it's all good. I appreciate that. So,
Really appreciate it. Yeah.
Okay. So I cannot. Okay. So I'm going to take one time token off of my super speed then, and I'm going to go to Grendel. I'm going to say, all right, let's get those guys off the ceiling. Will you team up with me? And if I go up there and untie them, will you catch them? I'm afraid if they fall, they'll get hurt.
I got him, Swift Fox.
Excellent.
So are you using the teamwork maneuver? Is that what you're doing? Spend 1 hero point to perform a teamwork maneuver you describe with another hero, adding 2 advantage dice to your roll. So how are you guys working together? Sorry.
So I'm gonna go up and untie the dudes hanging from the ceiling, and Grendel's gonna catch them.
I'm going to leap forward, and my arms are going
Oh.
to turn into like giant scoops, and I'm just going to unfold their bodies in my arms, hold them close, and run them out the front of the building.
Oh, I like that. Okay, so you're automatically going to get 2 advantage dice for that. I'm going to be rolling them for you, right? Because you couldn't get the macro working. So you get 2 advantage dice for that, and just because of like the focus, the way you're doing, I like it. I'll give you a third dice for that, a third advantage dice. So go ahead and roll me your D100. You're using super speed, I guess, and wall walking for it, but we'll go with super speed. All right, so you successfully run in there. Grendel, you're right behind her. Let's roll some advantage dice. Oh, you got 1 boon. So we can use that, and we're going to tick down that complication another tick. There's a couple of boxes on there. You don't automatically get rid of it, but I'll say Grendel was able to get 1 of the 2 guards down. So go ahead and give yourself a hero point, Swift Fox, for that action. You run in there. Grendel's right behind you. You kind of disorientate the thugs who are shooting up at the guards. They're kind of like watching this blur run around the room. And Grendel, you just like leap in, grab him with 1 scoop, and then hit the ground and leap out the front door.
Excellent. Thanks.
Okay, let's jump to our artillery, which is Meatman. So Meatman, you're walking
Okay.
down the stairs. Nightlight just gets shot right next to you. Just kind of look over at him, and it's your turn.
Learn to duck, kid. Lesson number 1. How far away am I from the biggest, meanest looking person on the other side?
You're not too far away. You're maybe 30 feet. This bank isn't
Okay.
huge, and that's the one who's closest to the vault.
Okay. So I never really described what he looks like. So he's got like this big old butcher smock, like a leathery butcher smock over top of like a really bloody, like long sleeve white shirt. And I'm gonna look over towards like Nightlight, and I'm look back up towards where the rest of them are, and it's like, I didn't come here to save anybody, and I didn't come here to save some stupid bank. And I'm gonna point over towards the biggest guy, but I did come to get that guy's liver. And I'm gonna pull down this like bloody cloth over my face, so it's like a Rorschach mask, but it's just like meat juice that's just covering it. Looks like it hasn't been cleaned for days. And then I'm gonna hold my cleaver out and see if Evan is willing to do this and be like, heat him up, kid, and see if you'll like
you want to do
teamwork
maneuver also?
Like,
Sure,
if you're willing to do it, because you would have to spend it.
That's fine. What he said.
All right, so spend your hero points. You get 2 advantage. And so are you going close combat with him?
No, I'm going to do a fairly acrobatic leap off of the stairs. I'm gonna parkour off of some of these cubicles, and in the whole time, I'm just gonna be chucking knives and cleavers that are coming out of who knows where on him. So it's range attack.
I'm
So
Nightlight.
that's
I'm
two
Nightlight.
challenges.
I'm Nightlight.
2
You
challenge.
don't have to say your name every time you do something.
So two advantage and 2 challenge on this.
So we both need to roll, or
No, you basically don't need to roll anything. You're
Okay, I'm just helping him. Okay,
yeah, it's
just narratively.
exactly.
Yeah, you gave me advantage dice, basically. That's
Gotcha.
what you did. Okay, so here's my action. So there's my I'm using my arsenal ability basically by throwing all sorts of different knives and cleavers at the biggest guy I can possibly find. That's a hit.
Oh yeah, that's a hit.
Nice.
All right, so you
And-
toss a cleaver just like right into him. Does 14 damage.
I will tap into my artillery ability, which allows me to spend hero points to increase damage. So I'll burn 2 hero points to do 40 more damage to him.
All right, you drop him. How do you kill this guy?
The cleaver just goes right between his face. Just whoosh. Gotta
Just
leave
melts it 'cause the
torso.
heat?
Yeah, because it just melts right
Like
through it.
right through. Just okay.
Mhm.
And incidentally, this is the one that shot Nightlight. I don't know if you care or not.
I don't.
I knew you were protecting me.
All right,
Whatever, kid.
So you leave into the room and you do all this. Did you roll your?
No, I do have to roll my advantage so I got 2 advantage, nothing,
Okay, nothing
and then
on
2
those.
challenge, one pip on
Ooh,
the
a
challenge.
bane.
Yeah.
Well, even if I subtract damage, he's still dead.
If you go for the head, the body is still in good condition.
What?
I'm
You
gonna
want
say,
to learn something or not, kid?
as you're running in and you're leaping and you're throwing daggers, you're gonna take some. The guy starts shooting at you, and you take 10 points of damage. It's a glancing
Okay.
blow, but he is firing at you as you're leaping through the air, trying to stop you and take you down.
I just take like a scoring knife and just pop it out really quick
All right.
and throw it right down in his now sliced in half face.
Okay, Alley Cat, it's over to you.
Hey, remind me of the scene.
So
Is,
you've got hostages, 6 hostages behind the teller booths. That is one of our complications. You've got 1 security guard that is strung up by the pipes.
What number are we on in initiative?
I'm pretty low. I'm 2.
That one is being like shot at by one of these lieutenants. And there's 10 other like little underlings or minions scattered about who are, it's considered one group, but they're all about, and they're kind of like threatening everyone.
Okay, so there's a lieutenant still standing, is what I'm hearing.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and try to, on my turn, move and take an action. I want to get my ass real quick, right up on that motherfucker.
Yeah.
And kind of do like, I go as if I'm going to punch him front on, and then slide myself behind him, go as if I'm going to punch him from behind, and then I continue sliding myself behind him, and then I take that fucking punch finally from like, the 3/4 shot after he's fully switched himself around. Is my go at him.
Would you be saying
And,
you're using your enhanced agility?
I would definitely say this is an enhanced agility moment.
Okay.
So, do I roll with an attempt to beat under 80%?
Yes, it's gonna be under 80%. When it's melee, you also automatically get a advantage
Yeah, I think
die.
10%.
You get an advantage die for that. So
Ooh. So how do the advantage die work? Does it basically just add 10% to my roll?
you can add damage. So you hit. 31 is hit. The way damage works is what you roll is how much damage you do in this game. So you did get a boon. And a boon, there are a few things you can do with the boon. I posted those earlier. One of the things you can do is you can add 10 points of damage to your attack. So that would take it up to 41. 41 will subdue. I don't know if you want to kill this guy like Meatman did, or you want to subdue them, but that would be enough to take this lieutenant down.
I'm not a killer, although considering what the law folk over their ways have in store for this motherfucker, might be a benefit to them if I did kill them.
Yeah,
but that's not my style. And knock him cold.
Knock him out cold. All right, you slide in there. Just he's like looking around. He's trying to keep track of where you are. You knock this guy out. He's nothing. This ain't no court of dis.
Almost makes me feel guilty,
Flunkies.
but I gotta protect the people.
All right, over to our tank, Grendel. So Grendel, you're now at the front door. You're at you leapt through. You're now at the front door, and you're making your way back into the situation. The two higher ups, the lieutenants, are taken out. It's just all the mooks now, all over the building, and they're kind of spread out. But there are a number of them that are that do have their shotguns and guns trained at those hostages behind the teller booths.
So as I run in, as I'm running in, my right arm just starts to elongate and almost turn chain-like, and my fist turns into this giant spiked flail head. And as I go by, I give Alley Cat the thumbs up. Good job, Alley Cat. And then I swing this giant flail at these shotgun carrying mooks.
That's cool.
And I will use my power stunt on my super strength. Drop a couple time tokens on that to take care of 2 extra minions if I hit.
Nice. I'm also going to give you an extra challenge die, or advantage die. I'm sorry, advantage die for that, and you get a hero token, Alley Cat. Mark that down.
Yeah. All right.
Because you ended that complication with the security guards by subduing the other lieutenant. So you're gonna go ahead and make your roll there, Grendel, and you're gonna get 2 advantage, because one, you're doing close combat, right, on them, and the other is you're doing with style, you're doing with panache, so I'm giving you an extra one.
Yes.
58, that's a hit, or a success.
Ooh, 2 boons.
Ooh. So you can use a boon to take out an additional mook as well, or minion. So you could potentially take out 5 of the 6 here. Is that correct?
5, yeah. Because I'll use my strength to take out super strength to take out 2, and then take out 2 from the boons, and then 1 from the hit. So,
okay, give yourself a hero point, and you clear this room. There's 1 left, and he just kind of drops his shotgun and puts his hands up, and he just, I give up. I give up. Don't just keep that guy away from me. He points at the meat man. Keep that one away from me.
I'm looking right at him too.
Grendel's smile actually moves to the back of his head, and he smiles at the meat man really big, and then it comes back to the front of his head. He's like, "Sure, why not? Just lay down on the ground, and the police will be in here for you soon."
I have to draw Meat Man at this point.
He's looking over at Meat Man the whole time, and he's putting his hands on his head, and he's getting down on the ground and just listening to what you say.
Grendel's neck extends a little bit, so as gets really close to the guy, he's like, "He kind of scares me too, but don't tell him."
All right. So you have taken care of the situation. The alarms are still going off. People are standing up. They're the hostages are getting up, and they're some of them are running out the front door. Oh my god, they saved us. We're saved. The heroes, they came.
Remember, that's Grendel and the Covenant.
Remember to support local community efforts in reducing crime in your neighborhood.
What Alley Cat said. Hoo-ah!
A man in a suit comes over to you, Alley Cat, because you clearly seem to be the one in charge, and shakes your hand and goes, "I can't thank you enough. Our lives are in danger. Thank you for coming to our rescue.
Yeah, you can thank the covenant of folks here trying to make Eden City so much better as a result of, trying to help people.
The Covenant? Are you based out of Paradise? Sure as hell could use...
Of course we are. Yeah, like this is all just like a local movement. Like we're trying to take back the city and make it better.
Oh.
I live in the rich part of town.
mafiosos.
I don't live there. I'm rich. Sorry.
Don't listen to that motherfucker. Look,
I'm Nightlight.
Shut up. This is a community effort to improve our living conditions and to make this city all that it was promised to be when it was founded. Make it so much better than it was founded as being. In fact, this is our promise to make the city better than it ever was.
Behind her, Meat Man's walking past. He's got the body slung over her shoulder, and his bloody mask is still on. And he just kind of looks over, and then keeps walking.
Out the back door or the front?
Yeah, I guess I probably should go out the back door.
I was gonna say, if you go out the front door, all of a sudden there's screams like, "Oh my god!"
It's all right. You don't have to say thanks.
Grendel looms over the guy in the suit, looking down at me. He's like, if you were really grateful, there's an animal rescue over a couple blocks down, and you could go, adopt a dog. Do something good for the city.
You know what? Yes. Tell Delilah Dane that we are the Covenant, and we fully endorse you adopting stray dogs from your local. Where do you
I don't know but it's a place I pass when I come here to help the citizens. Sure.
He rolls his eyes. He's like,
support this place and spay and neuter your pets.
He rolls his eyes. Where the hell are the cops? Somebody please arrest me. Get me away from these.
Yeah, that's our pitch. This is awful.
They got a kid.
Yeah.
They got a psychopath killer. I got to listen to this PR movement here.
We gotta work on that. That's true.
All right. So we had our opening action, and the way the game works now is we go into the mode of finding out who did this, where they are, trying to track them down. And these are known as interludes. And each interlude you do, though, ticks away at the villain's progress. So the whole time you're doing this, you're doing the investigation, the villain is furthering their scheme to get away or do the next piece of their plot. So the longer you take before you figure this out, the further they're going to be in their plan or possibly getting away. So we're entering our first interlude now. And this is where you can use your superpowers or you can use your skills when you're out of being a hero. Like I say, you're a very social character. You can roll on those skills that are found on that section of your identity. With talking with people here, maybe surveying the scene, looking for clues, and getting an idea of who this villain was that did this, what they were after, what happened, what took place. And but all the while, every time you do a new one, like you're like, oh, I want to go look at the cameras. We're gonna go do this. We're gonna do that. Like you're ticking off another box because you're taking it's like time passing. You're taking longer as you're doing this investigation. All right, so who wants to do you can do an interlude as a group. Interlude is basically role playing. You can do individual interludes, but every time you do an individual interlude, it ticks away at your progress of the villain getting away. So where do we want to go from here? We've got a bank that's full of witnesses. We've got a bank. The man came over and introduced himself as a bank manager. There might be.
Do we still have the lieutenant?
Yeah.
In the bank?
The same thing.
You do.
Oh, yeah, the one that I kept alive.
The one that you knocked out. You do.
I think between Meat Man and Grendel, we could maybe scare the truth out of him.
Yeah.
Whereas I've got a 65% chance to intimidate off my ex-con card.
The only thing I would have is size someone up. That's the closest thing. So
I have a 90% chance to just pay him off, get the information.
Ooh, I like that.
You just produce cash. This kid in his.
Oh no! I just give him a truffle.
We just do good cop, psychotic cop, and bad cop. That's basically the play.
Meanwhile, I'm looking and kind of screaming at the mirror, which of course nobody else can hear. The cops are bad. And then like it's only me that can hear that, to be clear.
Yeah, I keep going. I kind of there are some cops I like. I don't know, but so shall we intimidate this guy then? The three of us.
Yeah, I'm super intimidating. I got this.
Yeah, so
Well, I
he's
mean-
some smelling salts. He kind of shakes out of it. He looks around. He's like, where the hell am I? And he sees the three of you. He's like, what the hell?
And Grendel's mouth turns like a shark's mouth, and rows of teeth just keep growing in his mouth. And he's like, "You saw what Meat Man did to your pal.
Meet what?
Him, the guy with the cleaver."
And so I'm going to take
Bloody
the cleaver.
mask.
I'm going to take the cleaver, which still has his friend's blood on it, and I'm just going to start wiping it on the guy's clothes. Pardon me. I don't have a napkin. That's it.
I'm Nightlight.
Meat Man wants to chop you up. I want to
Whoa.
show him that I can
What?
bite your head off. But apparently, Alley Cat wants to know something. So we're going to ask you a question.
I'll pay you to answer it. I'll give you a truffle. I got plenty. I have a whole farm.
I'm not interested in truffles. What is this?
Dude, do you know how much money they make? It's why I'm so rich.
I want money. I don't want mushrooms.
You just sell it. It's not hard.
Yeah, on the truffle black market. Okay, kid. Somebody
And
get this kid out of my
While
face.
he's talking, Grendel's jaws just open wider and wider and wider till he could actually just kind of put the man's face in his mouth. And then he whispers, "Alley Cat wants to know where your boss is. I want to know what your eyeballs taste like. Which question do you want to answer?"
Are you a heavy drinker? I'm looking for a nice fresh liver for tomorrow.
He's
Alley Cat from behind the glass mirror goes, "Yes, I am. Thank you for asking."
Alley. So Alley Cat, are you the one grilling this guy? Are you using?
Oh, I'm well behind the mirror. I'm listening in.
Because so some of your skills, I'm looking at your card here. Size someone up, read the situation, watch for trouble, surveil someone, treat an injury, anything else. So you're good at reading people as a social worker.
Ooh, yeah, I actually probably should be on the inside of this, but I'm afraid to say
So
that I am on the outside looking in.
so who's the one that wants to? Because we have to roll here to try and get.
I want to roll.
on paying off.
Maybe next time I'll be the
Well,
good
I can
cop.
do that, or I have an 80% to convince him. So
Okay,
that's
convince.
good,
I was
yeah.
gonna say your truffles aren't the most convincing.
they are for some people. Okay.
Okay.
I could go get him a glass of water from the water cooler, and so making food or drink is 90% for me. I wouldn't do it that.
Oh.
I'm just sizing him up. I'm literally just running the cleaver up and down, waiting for
Sure.
somebody to make the roll.
Sure. So which one are you rolling there? Nightlight.
I guess convincing him, right?
Convince?
It's what
Okay, roll
everyone's
me-
saying.
roll
Like,
me
it's not just what
convince.
I'm saying.
Roll me convince.
What?
Mm, mm,
It says it cannot read property tokens null.
What for a D100?
Yeah, it won't let me roll. I can't click enter.
Are you clicking on a token right now?
No, I'm clicking on. I don't even have a map.
Honestly, just type roll space
No, I did.
slash D100.
That's
No,
what I did. That's
Oh.
what I did. You can roll for me. It's fine.
18 success. Good
Well, that
enough.
works.
All right.
Yeah.
So you try and convince him. He goes, listen, what do you want to know? Get that one away from me. The one with the knives. And what's the shark mouth around my head? What is this guy? What is this thing?
You better
do you wanna
start
know, kid?
talking. Who's
Why is there-
who
Why is there a kid?
hired you? Who hired
interrogating?
you?
Nobody. We saw a situation. Someone got here before us and we walked on in. Figured we'd take our share of the cut.
I feel like he's lying. Maybe we should do something. You know, like what they do.
wait,
in
wait. What?
Twist a
They weren't
pinky.
here first?
I
Why
stab
don't-
him in the thigh.
Why don't you use your ability to read a person there, Alley Cat? Size someone up or read a situation.
I'm definitely listening in, so I think this is probably a good time for me to do so.
Read the situation.
What
You got
did
an
you say the
80%.
percentile on this was? Yeah, I kind of figured it would be like that. Let me see. My computer is taking a bit of a fritz.
Do you want me to roll for you also? Don't blame me.
You know what? It might save us like literally 1 minute. But
You're unable to read the situation. You're looking. You're through the glass. It's kind of like a little frosted, and you're like,
bummer. Shit.
Oh, you rolled. Okay, I'll take your 78. You got your roll.
Okay. All right.
You're looking them up and down. You smash the window and you look, and he seems to be telling the truth. Like he's kind of let his guard down a little when he's saying that. It doesn't. His body language is showing that he's not really lying when he says that.
Hey! Grill him on that. He wasn't the first one in the bank. Who was the first one in the bank? That's what we need to know.
You're on speaker. This is kind of awkward. She's asking who was the first person at the bank.
All right, fucking Christ. What's this guy's name? Did anybody fucking ask him his name? Dude, I don't know who the fuck you are. I don't care. Who was here first?
I don't need to give you my name.
Yeah, I'm not asking your name. I don't care who you are.
Okay. Roll me a percentile. Get some information.
All right.
My name is... You don't get my name.
Yeah. Don't give me your name unless you're planning on becoming like a routine villain of the week.
I don't need to tell you nothing. Listen, we're the cops. The cops start coming in there. They got their guns drawn. They're like, oh, there's one alive over there.
The cops.
There's one over there. Get him. Cuff him. Bring him in.
Grendel,
the cops wander over to you. One of them seems to be like a higher ranking officer. He comes over, kind of tilts his hat back, goes, all right, Capes, we got it from here. Don't you worry.
Officer, it's a pleasure to be working with you today. Apparently these weren't the first bank robbers to rob the bank today. Do you know anything about that?
He looks. No, we haven't asked the people here anything. We just got in here. We were outside.
Thanks. Grendel turns around and goes over to the bank manager.
All right. So we're gonna move to another interlude here. We go to the bank manager. So yeah, he was the one. He was shaking Alley Cat's hand, and everybody just kind of walked away from it. He still had his hand out. He's just like, oh, he's like in the middle of talking and thanking her, and he's like, okay, you're interesting. Thanks for the help. I saw you saved you saved Art when he was one of the guards hanging from the pipe there. What
it was my pleasure. That's what we do. That's what the Covenant does. We're all about saving the citizens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll leave it to this guy. He's better at talking to people with guns than I am. But support your local communal farming stand. I'll let him talk.
Just stop it.
He goes, so yeah, what can I do? I saw you talking to the one guy over there.
Well, we're trying to figure out who actually robbed your bank. That guy was saying there was somebody who came in first.
Yeah, these guys came in after. So someone burst in here. I don't know, female. She was wearing like military pants and boots. And she had on almost like a motorcycle leather jacket and like a black and white motif. And she had her face was completely covered. She had a mask on and like a red bullseye across her face. And she came.
She's exactly my type.
She came in here and she just kind of burst in the front door and people were running out. She didn't seem to have any regard for stopping them. She let people leave. She didn't particularly target like security guards or anything like that, but the alarm or the vault, was open when she came in and it was on an alarm. So we hit it and it started to close. And the most unbelievable thing ever, a hell of a shot. The most insane shot since Lee Harvey Oswald. She fires, not even seeing the vault door, and she manages to shoot. The bullets seem to go around a corner and pop out the pins on the actual door itself, and the thing falls off. She goes in there with a crew that follows in behind her, and they clean out the gold, a few safety deposit boxes, some cash.
Now, does Grendel recognize the description of the costume?
Yeah. So you hear the costume, and you know this is Cult Shot. This is one of your old former squad member in Fenris Squad. You know that Called Shot is like a sometimes hero, sometimes villain, almost like a Catwoman or like a Venom, kind of plays both sides, but can never really stay on the side for good. So you recognize, you know right away, this is one of your rivals. You have a history.
Yeah, Called Shot. She must be trying to fund a new operation or something. Well, sir, we'll see what we can do about getting your gold and money back. Now, would Grendel have any idea where Called Shot would likely be holed up in New Eden?
Well, you know she's a mercenary. She's a soldier for hire. She does do jobs on her own. She also takes jobs to the highest paying party. So it's hard to pin down. She doesn't really have like a base of operations. What happened to Fenris Squad? Let me ask you that. How or why did they disband? Why did everybody gonna go their own way?
They didn't disband, so it's still a government-run program for convicts to reduce their sentences by working with federal law enforcement in the apprehension of superpowered villains. I was paroled early off after my last mission, the mission she was supposed to get, but because of some bad behavior, she got benched and I got her job, which is one of the reasons she was so irritated. I expect she probably escaped.
She's loose because Fenris Squad would not be robbing banks.
No. So yeah, they still exist. It's just I'm paroled and she's probably an escapee.
And you know her powers. She like never misses. Doesn't matter what she's using. She can throw something. She can shoot a gun. She can whatever. She hits her target like almost every time, and just impossible odds.
Do you know her real name?
I mean, we would have been in prison together, and we would not have been in any kind of uniform. So probably, I would think I would know. At least I would know what she called herself in prison.
Tabitha. No.
I knew it, Alley Cat.
Damn it. You called it. I was the criminal all along. Wait, no, that doesn't make any sense.
You didn't really use names.
Haven't had that much.
I mean, we might have just used code names. We might have just used code names once we were in there.
Yeah.
No, I don't know Swift Fox. We just called one another by our code names on Fenris Squad. We were never actually in the same population together. They just pulled us in for specific jobs. I don't know, but I do know she's the best shot or the best. She's the best at hitting a target with anything she puts her hands on.
Wow, that's suggestive.
So I think Nightlight should probably take the lead, but I'm just kidding. I was kidding, kid. I love you, man.
Well, they did take like a lot of gold and a lot of money. They're going to need some way to transport that, I assume.
So they didn't come in a truck themselves?
No, they came in a van, but it was in pretty rough shape. I'm sure they couldn't have gotten very far in that.
Ooh.
Well, I suppose if we could get access to the security cameras in the area, we might be able to find if they stole a truck of some sort, and then maybe be able to track it.
I know a lot of the local dealers with regards to trucks and motor vehicles.
I know local dealers. Hook me up with a computer and I'll figure this out.
Oh.
You take the computer, I'll take the streets. How about that?
Now, can we help if we're both really good at computers?
I don't believe so.
I think so.
Jeff, refresh my memory. You've played this more recently than I have. Can you assist?
There's no real assist by the rules in interlude scenes.
Okay.
Yeah, there's really only the teamwork maneuver is the only real cooperative thing.
All right, so there are cameras on the streets of New Eden, all the time, constantly recording everything, be it the police or the court of dis. You don't know who's recording this, where it's going, but there are cameras everywhere, always watching. So
I assume the police and the court of dis are one and the same these days.
Snap. Might be.
My character's edgy, she's just like that.
So, Swift Fox, you want to try and do you want to ask the cops for access to these cameras? Do you want to try and find a way where you can hack into these cameras and the feed? How do you want to approach this?
I'm just gonna ask the bank manager and be like, "Hey, Can I just take a look at one of your computers? Can you just log me in?
Why? There's classified information for our clients in here. I don't think I can do that.
Do you want your gold back? Because we're
You
here.
you like truffles, man? You like truffles?
Oh, it's delicious.
Hey,
My
everybody,
wife and
everybody.
I love truffles. We go. To,
I
we
can
go,
I can get you some. Would
we
that
go
be
to the
cool?
annual truffle festival every year here.
You-
It's-
This
Yeah,
one's all
I'm not-
yours, dog. It's all yours.
Why is there a child with you?
He's not
That's not a child. That's Nightlight. He's Meat
Yeah.
Man's
I'm Nightlight.
partner.
What do you?
apprentice.
Just gonna go fucking talk to my local car dealer. Bye. You're gonna have this one. I'm not gonna answer any of these questions. Nightlight, say Frosty.
So you
Can
guys,
I bribe him with
with
truffles?
truffles? That's the most ridiculous situation. You're bribing a bank with truffles.
I am the truffle lord.
He goes.
You're Nightlight right now, though,
Oh,
right?
sorry. Yeah,
He
yeah.
goes,
I am Nightlight.
You know, the festival is coming up. Maybe if you can get us some tickets.
I got you.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Oh, you might have to. I don't know if it's gonna work.
I can
again.
roll for you.
Yeah, go for it. I have a
Yeah, it's
90.
true. It's true. He did just announce his real identity. You have a 90. So you want to roll it? Yeah. So he goes. He looks around. He kind of puts his back to your companions. He goes, "Do you have them on you?"
Always.
Okay. And he kind of holds out his hand with his back to everyone else.
He pulls out, like a school notebook or something, like a binder, and he like sifts through it, and
Yeah.
he has like 50 other truffle tickets. He's like, yeah, it's okay. Here you go.
He takes them and he puts them in his jacket pocket. He goes, he turns back to you. So I think I can limit the access. What is it you're looking for?
Surveillance.
Oh, okay, yeah. Come over here. And he goes to the computer, starts typing a password, gets into the surveillance footage for you, and he rewinds it right before everything takes place and hits play for you. And that's when you see this costumed villainess come in, and she just like people start screaming, they start fleeing out of the bank just like you were told. Didn't seem to care about stopping anyone. She comes in, just kind of points her guns at like the tellers. You see she's got guns on like mounted to her wrists. So they fire, but they don't like the shot just ricochets around the room. You're watching it with your super speed, and all of a sudden the camera itself kind of like shudders, and you can only assume that's when the vault door was shot off its hinges. And that's when you see a bunch of other lackeys spill in, and they're not dressed the same way as the ones that you took out when you came in here. And you see them go into the vault room. You go over to that camera, and you see them loading up to taking bricks of gold and sacks full of money, sacks with money dollar signs on them. They're emptying out safety deposit boxes. She just kind of like aims her gun and shoots in a way it just kind of ricochets around the room off all these safety deposit boxes. They just kind of slide out and fall open, and these guys are dumping them into sacks, and they leave. You switch over to the cameras on the outside, and they've got just a nondescript white van that they load this stuff into. There's no markings or anything. It's in really rough shape. And they load in there, and you see as soon as they get like the gold bricks in it, the whole thing just kind of like heaves down, and they take off down the street.
And so I'm gonna go on the computer and see if I can tap into the city surveillance to watch this van go.
City surveillance from the bank, huh?
Can I get in on this and be like,
Yes.
I'll be in the truck and I'll be on the phone and like getting directions to like if you're like tracking the truck at all, like if you're tracking the van at all, I'll be in the meat truck looking to see if I can pick up the trail at all.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
Grendel.
like a shared
Don't leave me, man,
interlude,
don't
like
leave
where
me.
you're hitting the streets and she's like coordinating with you with what she's
Yeah.
Okay, I like it.
On my
Grendel-
flip phone.
Grendel is truck surfing on top of Meat Man's truck.
Like Teen Wolf.
That's awesome.
Okay, right on.
Matt, do you want me to roll?
Yes, please. What are you rolling? What skill do you have? As a
No,
forest ranger, are you also a hacker?
I analyze data, man. I quick to it. Let's see.
That sounds.
God.
Oh,
Oh my god, really?
You are unable to pick up any feeds. You can't get in there. It's just like access denied. It's like City of New Eden, access denied. You do not have clearance. Comes up on the screen.
So I'm borderline villainous. So if can I like use that? Can I tap into the negative parts of my brain and start and trying to figure out if I were a villainous van, where would I go with this thing and try to read the situation? Like, what would I do in this situation?
A villainous van.
Yeah, like I would never have a van weighed down by gold. It would be weighed down by meat, and so I would have to find some
bodies.
Yeah, like what routes would I take or something like that. So I was just seeing if there's
Gotcha.
anything I can do.
Yeah, I like it. You're thinking outside the box. This is like for new players in the game. This is the hardest part to kind of get yourself into. The game really shifts here, where you got to kind of like solve it and try all these different angles. So it's usually a little bumpy for the first couple sessions, and then you get into it. And you're like, all right, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. You get inventive. There's nothing stopping you here from whatever angle you want to take.
So while he's driving along, tapping into his villainous nature, I pull one of the chains out of the chains that come off the top of his truck that allows his grappling chains. I attach it to my belt and I flare out my arms like wings and I kite surf above his truck, scanning for the van across the city.
That's awesome. All right.
That's fucking wicked. While that's happening, my character is on her bike to the nearest Honest John's dealership, where she has some connections who probably sell criminals vans.
What is an Honest John's?
Look up TV tropes. Honest John's.
Oh, I'm old. Wah.
Okay. You know, the person who sells people vans that are unmarked for criminal purposes.
Gotcha.
She knows them.
Gotcha.
She's worked with them in the past. She has consoled their children and also their parents and them probably too.
Gotcha.
She's a social
I'm a
worker.
boomer. I don't know these things.
No, you're not a boomer.
All right.
You're
Make me
objectively
read the situation roll, please, Jeff.
Okay.
Or size up the situation. I know. I looked at your character. I looked at your.
Yeah, it's read the situation, so I need an 80.
Yeah.
That's good.
So you're driving along and you're getting into the mind of the criminal, and that's not really hard for you.
Not at all.
Driving along, and you're driving and you're kind of like, brr, brr, there's people like, jumping out of the way, because you're focused on the road. Like, what would I do? Where would I go? And you're not really paying attention to what's happening. All of a sudden, you feel your van just kind of like lift off as you do so, as you're driving around. But you pay no attention to that. You just keep driving. Like, I don't know what that is. And you're looking, and you see there's like skid marks fresh on the ground. You can only assume is a van. Looks like a fire hydrant was hit by something quite large and heavy, and there's just a geyser of water spilling out. And you keep driving even further. You turn the corner, and there's a crowd of people, and you see a van just kind of like pulled up on the median, and there's people surrounding it. It looks like there's an ambulance on the scene, and you seem to have found a dilapidated white van.
And I'll just lean out and I'll shout up, "You seeing this?"
I see it. And I'm looking around to see if there's any indication of anything that's recently pulled away from here, or if I can see, skid marks or anything that would indicate what took off from this spot.
Yeah. So there's a crowd of people.
What?
Yeah. Alley-Cat's like, hey, fill me in. Swift Fox, you're also on the computer.
Hey.
You need to be filled in. And Barnacle Boy, I think, is in the van.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the name stuck. I am successful.
He has no sea powers at all.
Just
That
keep
doesn't
telling
make
them who you
not
are,
Barnacle Boy.
and it'll eventually stick. Don't worry.
I've been trying. It's not working.
It takes longer
Just
than
keep
that.
saying your name, it'll work.
I got you, Nightlight.
Yes, Barnacle Boy, he got you.
Meat man, what street are you on? I'll meet you there. This is going
Around the corner of. Get there as fast as you can. Like 2
Wow, I'm
seconds
just
later.
like a block away. Let me wheel on my bicycle over. Sorry, I meant the Catmobile. It's a bicycle. Bye.
All right. So, Swift Fox, you're just like there. Like he hasn't even hung up the phone yet. You're there next to him. And there's a crowd of people. So Grendel, you wanted to like a
So
look
he's
at the scene?
he's like kind of gliding around in
Mhm.
like ever expanding circles, looking to see if he can see any car that got smashed into or sideswiped, or street lamp that got hit, or people screaming and pointing, or
So looking up, above, and down on the situation, you can see. So this thing's like up on the median, and it looks like it's empty. All the doors are open. The back door is open. There's no gold or money or anything in there. But you also see on the pavement nearby what looks to be like a large vehicle is kind of like peeled out. You see like big long black tire streaks, rubber streaks on the pavement. And by looking at them and just kind of understanding what you're seeing, it looks like this was a large truck, like a semi truck, like a heavy haul vehicle. And you can only determine that they must have moved over to this, especially with their heavy load.
but in my scans, there's no indicate. I don't see a truck that fits that description anywhere in the near vicinity.
You don't see one nearby, but you can kind of see like a path of destruction through the streets. Like it turns and goes here and here, and it looks like it leads to one of the freeways. Like they're headed like out of town. Basically, they're driving willy-nilly. Again, you see like lampposts knocked over, these fire hydrants. You see there's ambulances like on almost every other street, because these guys are just like driving this thing, trying to get away as fast as they could with no regard for anyone around them.
So Grendel pulls in his wings, drops down, does the classic 3-point superhero landing, stands up, and he goes, "They're headed for the interstate. We got to go, meat man."
I'm Nightlight.
And
I'm
and
not
Nightlight.
legally allowed to be on the interstate in this. Can I hitch a ride?
Get in the back.
Yeah, I mean, I
No.
can fly. I'll just let you take my seat.
Can you
Uh,
fly?
I mean,
Yeah,
my
I use
bicycle
powers
needs a
as
place
my-
to we got to put my bicycle somewhere. Otherwise, I have to
Transportation.
lock it up. It'll take maybe 10 minutes.
You can put it in
Have
the back
a
of the
very
truck.
big truck.
Okay, cool. I'm
The
in
meat
the meat van.
mobile.
And Swift
Just
Fox,
pop the back, and I'll pilot myself in.
I'll
you're just gonna run beside them.
Bye. I have to pedal.
no, I'll I'll ride with them.
Okay. And Grendel, are you going back on top?
Oh yeah.
All right. So, Meat Man, you follow the path of destruction. Like I said, it spills out onto the freeway, and it continues on there. You see cars pulled over. There's fender benders. There's cops on the scene, kind of taking down people's information who have been in accidents, and you follow this path of destruction
They're
out into the
absolutely
desert.
ruining the
And leave
interstate.
my own as well. 'Cause
Yeah,
I'm
as
GTA driving the
You
whole
just kind of
way.
like sideswipe cars as
Oh,
you're
yeah.
going by, and he's
I'm getting points left and right.
Yeah, but those are people you're hurting. Then
Mm.
okay, just keep driving. I'm gonna sit
Mm.
down.
It's
I
the
need a
best.
drink.
Is the body of the guy that you cleaved in the back also with them?
Yeah, there's a cooler.
Just
You're
asking.
gonna need more than one drink.
There's some PBR in one of the few thirsty.
That's classless. My character pulls out of an invisible pocket that no one knows where she's doing this from. A little flask of probably pure vodka.
Okay, so you follow the path of destruction and heading towards out into the desert, edge of the city. You finally are able to catch up to this big rig. This thing, like, they're grinding the gears like every once in a while. Like, they have no idea what they're doing, and this thing was just kind of commandeered, and they're using it to get out of the city. So you're behind them. You're closing the gap. What do you want to do? How do you wanna approach
Grendel will superhero leap from the meatmobile and use his super strength to slam down on the cab of the truck and send it spinning over the top of itself.
Ooh. Okay, let's enter initiative. Let's
Does
do
the
it.
Meatmobile have an intercom? Because that's where I'm going.
Intercom. No.
Some sort of loud pronouncement. Y'all make a
Oh,
jingle,
yeah, we got
right?
that.
Yeah.
No. I got a horn.
Can I patch myself into the horn?
It's on the steering wheel.
I don't think
All
that's how horns work.
Let's do initiative
Fuck
order.
that.
It's not a very high shrub.
Remind me next time we team up to bring a air horn. Or something.
Evan, what was your role?
Controller.
Would you like me to roll a D100?
No, not yet. So when you face the actual villain, they have different rules. So you're gonna see you can see a whole bunch of villains on the page now there. So they get one initiative card for every number of heroes. So this villain is gonna have multiple actions.
Am I still at 50?
No, you reset hero points and resistance,
and you gain all of your hero points back at the beginning of an encounter.
Okay.
Do we lose any ones that we gained?
No, if you're over what you would normally start a scene with, you can keep the extra, but you can never replenish more than your hero points per conflict on your character sheet. So, but if you had more, you're fine.
Cool.
Let's keep going through this. What my tank? You crew are actually acting quite a bit before them, despite them having 5 turns to your 1.
We took all the good rolls.
Why did I not see Pat? Where did Pat go on there? Oh, Pat's first. Or Alley Cat, I should say, is first. All right. So, keep in mind you do have abilities here.
Well,
so,
that sucks.
Alley Cat, you can shift people as the leader if you want, up and down the initiative.
I can make people go ahead of me because that's probably fucking advantageous.
So I'll read out the order, this round's order, to the people who are watching so they can't see it. So first up is our leader, then the villain gets to act, then the controller so leader is Alley Cat, controller is Nightlight, then it is over to our striker, Swift Fox. The villain gets to act once again. Then it is our artillery, who is the meat man. Then our tank, Grendel, and then the villain gets to act 3 more times before the round is over.
Oof. Okay, so you're actually making me break out my hero points here. So how many hero points do I start with?
You're starting this conflict with 3.
Okay, and that includes the one I got from last round?
You'll have 4 then. I need to figure out a way to get tokens in there for all of you folks.
It is cool. We'll figure that out in the meantime, or in the intercession.
You don't
time.
need to spend.
So I have 4.
Oh, you can spend. Okay, you can spend any number of hero points. Each hero point you spend, move 1 hero's initiative card 1 space. So you can shift people forward. You can actually basically shove the villain's turns back.
Yeah, that sounds great to me, dog. So it sounds great to me, dog. So what I'm seeing is I go first, then the villain. The villain goes. Yeah, and then the striker.
Our controller, which is the hero, which is Barnacle Boy, Truffle Lord.
Boy.
Then our striker, which is Swift Fox. Then the villain.
Then another villain round. Okay, so I'm going to use 2 hero points to push those 2 up ahead of the hero, or the villain. So, and then I'm going to use tank. If I do this, do you think you got this? You are on top of their van after all.
Sure. Grendel can handle it. This is what I was made for.
Grendel, I'm about to spend all of my hero points putting you on top.
I got you, Alley Cat. Probably.
All right.
50-50. Right. We'll give it our best shot. He smiles with that giant grin.
All right. My last 2 hero points go to putting Grendel ahead of the villains. Let's do this.
Grendel can only go up 2.
You can only go in front of 1.
You only go up 1 space per point.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But I'm spending 2 hero points. Can I not?
You move them up 1 space for each point. So the villain will get to act once. So the 3 of you will act first. You, the controller, the striker. So Nightlight, yourself, and Swift Fox. The villain will get to act once. Then Grendel can go. Then the villain will act again. And then Meat Man will go. And then the villain will get 3 in a row actions.
So assuming I have 4 hero points, which we established, Can I just not push him up one more?
Didn't
that
you
was
use them to
allowed.
bump the other people forward? You bumped your controller and your striker up as also.
Okay. I see. You can only bump a person up once. Gotcha. Okay. Well, I'm pretty comfortable with how things have played
Okay.
out. So,
Very
Yeah.
good. So this truck, boom, boom, the horns going off, and all of a sudden you see a masked head pop out of the cab and look back, and it's got that black mask with the red bullseye, and you see her climb out of the window and on top of the semi truck.
Grendel waves.
She's got crossed swords on her back also, and she kind of draws the two of them, spins them, and stands on top of the truck as one of her minions drives, standing ready. Yeah, and you wave Grendel, and she just like points one of her swords up at you.
hey, Grendel, try not to kill her. She's super hot.
All right,
Anything on?
She's okay.
Alley Cat, you're
All right.
first.
Well, Steve their own.
Alley
Okay,
Cat is
so
up first. So
assuming that doesn't.
you're inside. I don't know, the truck. Because I asked for a name for it. It's just the truck.
I
You're
think I'm
inside
in the truck. I think I'm in the meatmobile.
The name of the restaurant's Deep Cuts, but
All right.
I just call it the truck.
You're
Bloody
inside
hell.
Deep Cuts right now.
I hate it. So
There are many doors that you can leave from them.
you know what? If my bike was half as fast as this truck, so I have. Okay, on my turn, I can blah 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 blah. So that the whole moving things around was not my turn. I'm going to
No, it's not.
go ahead and I think I can spend 1 hero point to blank, perform an act, teamwork maneuver to you describe with another hero, adding 2 advantage dice to their roll. Ooh. Okay. I'm on the phone with Grendel, right? And I say, she's super hot, right? But to me, from this angle, it looks like her left leg is a little far from her right. If you were to swipe it under, you could probably underswipe her and knock her off her balance. But that's neither here nor there. But you might want to knock her off her balance before she does too much with that gun. You know her better than I do, but she's off balance. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And I'm gonna stay on the call with you, but if you drop your phone, I totally understand.
So what are you
Bye.
trying to do? What are you trying to do?
I give tactical assistance to Grendel on their attack, which is a hero point spent towards.
Do you have any
You
hero
don't have
points
any hero
left?
points
You used
left.
them all to rework the initiative track.
I think I kept 1, didn't I?
I don't know. You start with 4 in total, and the way it was described, you spent all 4 with moving the hero track around.
I thought I only spent 3.
I can shift
I
tank
could
back
be
one
totally
more.
wrong though.
I'll shift him back one.
Either
more.
way, I mean, if I don't have a hero point to spend, I probably don't do much of anything.
You could. So you have your powers, which I have in front of me here. You have
Oh,
enhanced
luck.
agility and luck. So you could try to leap from the truck to their truck, or use your enhanced agility. Tell Meatman get up beside it and leap off of it and onto there, and then be on the same. You'd be on the back trailer of this truck that they're driving, this big semi truck.
Okay.
But
I'm
that's
gonna
not, that's something
actually
you could
try
do.
and I'll try to use my luck actually in that case, and I'm gonna try to see if my luck doesn't give me a flat tire or some inconvenience to their ride.
So luck manipulation. When the narrator or any player rolls dice, you can increase or decrease the number rolled percentile by 20. So that's how your luck power works. So you can change the result with your luck manipulation.
All right, I'm going to change the luck for the worse,
Okay.
and I rolled an 8.
but it's whenever somebody rolls a die. So either myself or a player. That's when you can use luck manipulation.
So it's kind of
It's situational, we'll say.
so I can't declare that from the get-go. Like I'm using my luck right now to affect the luck later.
It's an interruption. It doesn't say it on there, but when the narrator or player rolls a dice, so you can interrupt at any moment. So when somebody's going to make an attack, or if I roll the dice against you guys, you can say I'm using luck, and you can increase or decrease the result by 20.
Okay, so I can just do that willy-nilly.
Yeah, and then once you do that, 3 time tokens go on the card, and you have to wait 3 turns before you can use it again.
Okay, cool.
So there's like
Well,
there's a cooldown on it.
Thank you. You know what? This is a learning experience.
This, like I said, this
no
is
idea
the
how this system works.
This is the learning session. That's why I said it's good. Well, we're going to learn as we go.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to use my agility to ride my bike off of the roof and onto their car.
Yeah, your bike's in the back. Yes, totally. Okay. 100%. So roll me a D100, please.
Can I throw out a teamwork maneuver idea here? I'll burn a hero point to fire my grappling hooks to latch on, and you can try to ride the bike on the chains down towards and on top of the vehicle.
Oh, that's cool. I will give you an extra advantage die for that. So you'll get 3 advantage dice.
Okay.
That's
hell
cool.
Yeah.
That's badass.
I fucking agree with that. So with advantage, do I just re-roll?
I'll roll your advantage dice for you. Why is it now? It's not working for me. There we go. 1, 2. So you got 1 boon. So with that boon, there's a number of things you can do, and I'll just quickly go over them again. There's a list of things you can do. So if you had dealt damage, you can deal extra damage to the villain. If you attacked, you could force basically someone down or push them through a wall or something like that. You can, without hitting someone, the best thing you can do is you can give the next person 2 advantage dice on their next roll. Basically, you're paying it forward. Like there's momentum. Like you look over at I keep wanting to call him Truffle Lad, Nightlight, and you like maybe call out an opening, or you see like an advantage, and you call it out to him once you get up on top of the truck, and he'll get 2 advantage dice on his turn. Perfect. Okay. So over to Nightlight then.
Sweet. So there's the villain, and then there's like people also in the vehicle.
You can't
right?
see them. You've just got the villain on top of the cab of the truck, like standing there. Like I said, 2 swords drawn, guns on like mounted on their wrists, and they're just like.
And this is like an 18-wheeler.
This is an 18-wheeler, and they're just standing on top of it, like, come at me, bro.
Okay, well, instead of doing that, Nightlight will point his little black glove, and you see like a little beam, like a laser pointer, and he's like looking and looking, and I'm going to like aim towards like the bottom of the truck, and I'm going to blow it up.
You're gonna blow up the truck?
Yes.
Oh wow. Okay.
So I have fire manipulation where I can make it an area attack, so it hits everybody within the target, and I can make it powerful, which I can do plus 20 damage or reduce the squad by 2.
Wow.
So I'm gonna do both.
So what you're trying to? So that's a trailer. What are you trying to blow up on the trailer? You're just trying to like. Well,
okay.
Blow a tire?
So what do trucks have? They have gasoline. So if I blow it up, it is going to be an explosion. Yes.
Gasoline's not typically stored in the trailer section of a 18-wheeler. It's just a trailer you hitch onto it.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's why I'm aiming like on the bottom, like below it, like where you can see the pipes of the truck.
Okay. I don't know if you understand the anatomy of a trailer, but that's okay.
Make
Roll
an
it.
explosion. The fucking sewage pours
Do it.
out.
Roll it. It's a comic book. Let's make it happen.
You have to roll.
Comic book. Yeah, explosions
it's a
happen
comic
wherever
book.
they need to.
But I have the advantage dice or whatever.
Oh, I rolled twice. 66. That's a hit, right?
Yeah, I have advantage dice. You still have to do that.
2 advantage dice as well. Ooh.
All right, 76.
76. So 76 points of damage is what you're doing, right?
And then
Against
I
this
will.
truck?
Well, I mean, it's everybody. It's AOE because I can.
So,
That's
like,
my
alley
point.
cats on the truck.
I don't care.
I don't care.
Well, fuck you too, buddy.
I've taught him so well.
So
Oh,
I
goodness.
will spend. I won't kill her. I will spend
Okay,
2.
barnacle
what am
boy.
I at? So I'm at 76, right? I'll
Yeah.
spend 2 more hero points of my own to make it 96 to everything that's there.
That's like 96 points of damage.
Oh, well, hold on. I have the plus 20 too. So I can do plus 20 just to somebody, or how does that part work? It says reduce the squad by 2 or 20 damage.
20 damage, yeah. So if you're fighting a group of minions, like remember how I said there were 6 of them, you reduce extra minions in that squad.
So who am I hitting? Her and Alley Cat?
Yeah,
Like,
you're.
that's because
Yeah,
the AOE says it hits anybody near my target.
yeah.
So I'm targeting
it's
a trailer.
it's gonna be both. So all of a sudden, there's an explosion, and the semi like flips onto its side, just starts like going through the sand, pushing itself through. Alley Cat.
We work well as a team, everybody.
How much damage did you do there?
Well, if it's the plus 20, it's gonna be 116.
Oh my god!
16.
Are you gonna kill Alley Cat?
Can I
Bye.
go over to her and grab her before?
Well, we're in turns here. All right, we're gonna look at healing and death. Apparently, so you go flying.
She's just out of the fight. She's not like dead.
The villain goes flying, and the truck just starts skittering on its side across the desert. You have immobilized the truck, Truffle Lad.
Well, she takes the damage too, right?
fuck.
Oh yeah, she takes the damage also.
Okay.
She ain't dead though.
I'm Nightlight.
These villains are more resilient.
Remind
So,
me
like-
not to call you next time.
Depending on the answer to that question about like how lethal we want the city to be, like on death you roll like a number of advantage die, and if they or challenge die, I think, and if they all pop up like with pips or whatever, then you die. So like
So it
in this-
happens every now and then. So,
Yeah, so
if the
I
villain
think
rolls 3
I-
boons on their attacks, you didn't roll any boons.
Yeah.
So you're okay. You're unconscious though. You're
She's
on your
just-
bike,
she's
and
just
all
out
of a
of the
sudden you're caught off guard, and this whole thing flips over, and you just hear "I'm Nightlight" as you kind of like.
I'm
Fade out of
on my
consciousness.
bike on the top of
Ooh.
a fucking truck, and all of a sudden, I'm not anything at all.
Okay. Wow. Swift Fox, you're up.
Damn.
I'm gonna go and make sure Alley Cat's okay.
Okay. Okay. You run over to Alley Cat. Alley Cat's in pretty rough shape. She's unconscious, but she's alive, and that's
So
what's important.
Can I administer medical care? Can I like rip off a piece of my suit to like bandage something that's bleeding? Will that help her get back in the fight? I don't know how damage works and healing and stuff works in this game.
You just kind of get your hit points back after the encounter. There's no real set like healing or anything from what I recall.
Yeah, the main way you do healing in initiative, there's 2 ways. Like if you have like a power, obviously, but also like boon die. Like if you roll and you have like challenge die and they come up as boons, and you can burn those. Like one of the uses of
think it's
boon die is to heal.
10 hit points at a hit or
Yeah.
something.
But exactly. But there's no like straight up like non-powered heal to unless you homebrew something.
No, that's fair. So really, there's no point in going to see.
You could run over to the villain though, and try and smack her. She's like rolled through the sand, kind of dust herself off. She's looking for her swords.
Yeah. So she's. Can I? Fine. I'll run over and grab one of her swords and try and stab her with it. Does that work? Or is that too
Yes.
many?
Yes, you can do that. Yes, I like it.
Oh, yes! Using a weapon 65%. Yes. And I'm going to spend 2 hero points to add an additional 40 damage.
What? Okay, cool. So you run over, you grab one of her swords is sticking out of the sand. You run, grab it as you're running by, and you just like run right through her. She's just standing there, doesn't even see you coming. Or does she? As you're coming at her, she kind of like sidesteps. You still get her, you clip her. There's a cut in her midsection, blood starts to seep out, but you did not hit her as hard as you could have.
Fair.
They have perks. The villain.
I'm dying. I remember, don't kill her. She's my
All right, so she sees you there, and she's gonna fire on you. She aims one of her guns, and she's gonna. Actually, you're right next to her. She's just gonna try and swing at you. Yeah, and Alley-Cat's so killer. She's my type. Oh my god, a 98.
My character dying. She's hot. No.
She misses you, but she gets another attack because she goes again.
Excellent.
Just a flurry of her sword. She's as fast as you are. She gets an advantage so she's gonna do 32 points of damage to you.
Hold on a second. So when an enemy attacks me, I can leap out of the way and you have to roll 4 challenge dice.
That's your wall walking, right?
Yep.
Okay. Wow. That's a lot of challenge dice.
It is.
Oh my god, that's a lot of banes. Basically, you can reduce all the damage to nothing. You sidestep quickly, like you match her speed, and she's like impressed. Like you're just a step faster than her. She goes, "Oh, we could use you in Fenris Squad." And then she readies her sword again. Speaking of which, it's over to our tank, Grendel.
So Grendel cannonballs up, transforms his arms basically into swords themselves, and falls right down on top of her, screaming "Geronimo" the whole way, and strikes her with his transformed arms. And I will use a hero point to use my Peerless Fighter, which gives me a +20 to hit without adding challenge dice.
Oof.
And I will use my super strength stunt to add 20 to the
Oh
damage.
my goodness. And you get an advantage die because it's melee.
Yes. So here we go. So at 100% chance to hit.
Right?
Get an 80.
And how much
So-
extra to that damage?
Extra 20. So 100 points of damage plus my advantage dice. Let's see. And a boon. So I'll just throw the extra damage for boon, right?
Yep. Another 10.
Yeah. So 110 points of damage.
Whew. So the two of
I
you
land on her and I'm like, sorry about that cheap shot. I mean, called shot. It's good to see you again, though.
She goes, "What the hell are you doing here? Did you get out too?"
I got paroled. I'm saving the day. I'm a hero now. Yeah, the Covenant, stopping bank robbers. I thought you were better than this. I mean, you were never as good as I was, but
Hey,
I thought you
listen.
were better than bank
Jo-
robbing.
Join me. These guys are nothing. We can own this town.
I like
Wow,
my
rude.
neighborhood.
Alley Cat's like, "Hey." All right, over to the Meat Man. Meat Man, finally, you're still in the truck, aren't you?
Oh,
Barreling
yeah.
through the desert.
And I'm going to use it. Combat vehicle is actually one of my powers, so I'm gonna lean out the window and I'm gonna yell, "Grendel, batter up!" And then I'm like
Hoorah!
hoping that Grendel will push, and I want to literally drive my truck into her and smash her into the 18-wheeler with the truck.
Okay, so I'll spend a hero point for that teamwork maneuver
Thank
and
you, sir.
swing her around and shove her right at the truck, right at the meat wagon.
That'll be a success. Just a 3 on it though.
Oh, that sucks for damage. Yeah,
But I will make it a quick power, which means
Yep.
I'll get to go again at the end of the
Okay.
turn.
perfect.
Yeah.
So just 3 damage total.
Well, I do get the.
It's technically melee.
damage die.
Yeah, technically. Give yourself an extra one as well. I like
Okay.
what you guys did there.
All right, +10.
Okay, so 4 to 1.
Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to use that reroll Beowulf just because I don't want to miss.
But risk missing. All right.
Yeah.
So you
Have another turn at the end.
slam into her, and she like just falls aside, rolls in the sand again. She's beaten up. She's in terrible shape.
Surrender's an option. I'm just saying. Called shot.
I mean,
Go Fenris Squad.
other things are options too.
She's gonna level a gun and she's gonna shoot at you, Grendel, as you're like in like mid like sentence. She's like, "Shut up! You always talk too much." Shoots you. Oh wow!
He's got a big smile on his face.
Wow. Okay. Well, that is a hit. But she does have a challenge, like she's doing ranged. Okay. You do -10, so 63 points of damage.
So I will use my tank ability and spend 2 hero points to reduce that by 60. So I'll just take 3. So
You're under
bullet
a
hits him.
Show
Bullet
off.
hits him. Little hand pops out of his chest and pushes it away. He's like, "Come on, baby, we got to do better than that."
She's gonna take another shot at you.
Damn.
26 points of damage.
Okay.
Nothing. And she's no longer engaged with Swift Fox because she got hit by a truck. Literally. So she's going to try and shoot Swift Fox next for... Ooh, wow, yeah, gross. There's a lot of dice rolls there. For 8 points of damage, Swift Fox. And we're going to hop back to Meatman. You get another turn.
Yeah, so Meatman is going to flip up out of the driver's side onto the top of his truck. He's going to pull the mast down, and he's going to start yanking all sorts of different cleavers and hooks and stuff from his from out of his butcher apron, and then I'm just going to start hurling him down at her at this point. So I'm using my
with
arsenal.
no regard. You're just like,
With
I'm
no
gonna
regard.
kill her.
None. No.
I love it.
I'll burn 2 hero points if you want to roll 2 challenge. Actually, wait. Do we have does that reroll count that Beowulf gave me?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, I'll go ahead and reroll it then before I burn the hero points.
Nice.
I'll burn 1 hero point to make that a success if you want to go ahead and roll challenge.
Yes. 1 Bane.
And then I'll spend my last hero point to do plus 20 damage, so it's 108 damage to her.
Holy shit. All right. So she just gets like riddled with knives, stabbed. And with that, you see her kind of like kneel down in the sand, put her hands up. She goes, I surrender. Don't kill me.
I threw a couple more before.
That's not how this is supposed to work.
So
Don't kill her, don't kill her.
Grendel's arm expands out and turns into a big shovel and kind of deflects Meatman's knives. He's like, "She's not that bad. I mean, we hung out for a bit in prison. You know, we."
Yeah, I don't know if I'm supposed to be awake or not, but she's definitely not bad.
I'm gonna say you're conscious, and you've kind of like walked over. You're holding your side. You're kind of licking your wounds, and you walk over.
I like to think my character is still talking into a phone, though.
Okay, right next to
Definitely
them.
not bad. Oh, hey, we're all here. Hi.
You all right?
As you kind of start talking to her, you hear over your phone, Alley Cat. You hear like a loud like siren kind of security siren go off, and all of a sudden the sky just fills with helicopters, and one of them touches down next to
My
you,
ears.
and it's got the government agency logo on it. What's our government agency we came up with? We didn't name it. We did not name our agency.
Wait, did we not?
Yeah, it was like the Bureau of.
Yeah. No, it wasn't a bureau. It was
department.
Yes, it was not an
Department
acronym.
of Parahuman Affairs. I have it here.
That's
Yes,
Department of Parahuman
DPA. It was the DPA.
So it's got the DPA logo on it, and old Frankenstein himself steps off the chopper. He's got a stogie in his hand. He goes, "They sure made a mess of this one, didn't you?" I'm talking to you, not her.
Is he missing? Is this the guy who's missing his arms?
Yeah, he's missed his arms.
Yeah,
He's got 2 cybernetic
the
arms.
cyborgs.
Well,
Yeah.
well, hello to you, the Double Penetration Agency. How are you doing tonight?
What do you call yourselves? The Covenant? What?
Agent Stern, that's right. We are the Covenant. Paradise.
I'm
the
Alley
Covenant.
Cat.
Alley
And I'm
Cat.
affiliated
Yeah,
with these
Alley
folks.
Cat, Covenant. Grendel, we're going to need to debrief you after this.
All right, Mr. Stern, but I told you once, I'm not coming back to work for you guys. Not as a civilian. I got to protect my own neighborhood.
Let it go on the record that I don't like you. I don't like the way you look. I don't like the polo shirts. I don't like you as a person.
Oh yeah, the polo shirts. It goes, yeah. Good luck. So what do? You can leap, and you've got a kid, and that guy
Nightlight.
that guy has a food truck.
Mr. Stern, sir.
Yep.
The kid is the one who blew up the truck. So I mean, might be ixnay on the sarcasm with the kid.
Yeah, actually, that hurt a lot. Fuck you, kid.
Oh yeah, friendly fire. Listen,
Remind me not to call you next time I need
I
to
thought your superpower was like super agility. You didn't really get out of the way.
I thought your superpower was literally anything but killing me. God. Fuck.
Oops.
I'll tell you what.
Okay. Oops yourself next time. Yo, fuck it. I hate kids.
Smokes a cigar. He's watching you two bicker. Just kind of flicks his ash in the sand. Just kind of stands there. He turns to Grendel. He's like, "Are they done? Is it always like this?"
Mr. Stern, this is actually the first time we've all gotten together as a group. We typically
it shows. It shows.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is my flask?
I imagine Alley Cat is really saying that right now.
No, that was absolutely. I don't use a flask. I just have liquor. She uses a flask though.
He goes, okay, listen. What Covenant? That's
us. We're the Covenant.
Okay, that's cute. That's what you call yourselves. Listen, can you I need you all. Why don't you tie this up with a bow and escort her back to the well for me? We're in the desert. Let's you're superheroes. She's a super villain. He does all this with like air quotes. Take her back to the well. Do us a favor. Come on, show us what you're capable of.
As long as you're not trying to convince me to stay in the well again, I'll take her back to the well. We've got a lot to talk about, she and I.
Yeah.
Good times, bad times. Isn't that right, Cold Shot? He folds his arms around her and they just kind of ooze around her shoulders. He's like, she always hated that guy. She really did.
Yeah, you can't see her face, but she's probably rolling her eyes underneath the mask.
Matt, were there any minion groups in this fight?
Not in this fight. No, it was just kind of more for like, who's going to drive the truck if she fights you? So there were no.
Was there somebody driving the truck?
There was, yes, a minion who wasn't in the turn order.
While that fight's going on, I'm carrying that.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Meatman's in the background carrying the minion.
Hey Frankenstein, and I'm just loading up.
Sup Frankenstein? Yeah, just drags back on a cigar, lets out a big puff of smoke, shakes his head. All right, yeah. So back to the well. I guess that's it.
Why do we have to take her back to the well, sir?
This seems like an absolute overstep of.
I mean, you're super fast. Here. Just go do it real quick.
I want to hear this one out. What's your legal jurisdiction? And do you have ownership over all superpowered people, including ourselves, or just the ones that break the crimes that you assert to be crimes?
He walks over to
Alley Cat. I'm on parole, and this is the guy that gave me my parole. So I'm gonna take her back to the well because I like being on parole.
Gotcha, parole officer. Never mind. You know what?
He's not a parole officer. He's a deputy. He's a director of DPA. But I mean, he was the one who helped give me my parole.
He walks over and he just kind of like blows smoke right in your face, Alley Cat, and just hits his ashes into your flask, and then turns his back to you and walks away. All right, so you're taking her back to the well for me.
I'm a vegetarian. Pour his flask out. I don't do pork.
He goes, I'll ignore that one. So
you don't have to.
Swift
free speech.
Swift Fox, is it? Desert Fox. What are you?
Swift Fox.
You want to take this one back for me? Listen, you're under our jurisdiction. We're watching all of you closely. And if you want to keep running this little charade, this little party that you've got going on, then you're gonna step in line with the DPA. We're gonna work together.
Oh yeah, we will step into the line. Yes.
Understood?
Crystal, sir. Crystal.
Very good. He hops back in his chopper and he just kind of grins as he's like hanging out the side and it goes back in the sky and takes off.
Grendel looks over at Swift Fox. He's like, listen, that guy literally had his perfectly good working human arms cut off so he could be strong enough to fight some super villains with that crazy cybernetic shit. He is batshit crazy. Just let you know.
I like him already. What
Yeah,
do you
you
do
know-
with his other arms?
A lot of horrible people have done a lot of
I
horrible
don't
things in
know.
the past to get power. I won't get on his bad side. I promise.
How are we gonna get her back to the well?
You have the truck.
I'm holding the door open in the back of the
I can just freeze her and
Truck.
you just carry her. You're
Ooh,
super
ooh,
fast. It's
ooh,
like-
ooh, ooh, ooh. Let me do it. I've got a bicycle.
Am I the only one
Alley
confused
Cat,
here?
it's pretty far from here.
Okay, but like imagine the intimacy of a bicycle ride.
She's going back to jail for a really long time. But-
Doesn't that make it even more interesting?
Okay, I freeze her.
Sure.
Have
Yeah.
fun.
Everybody's just kind of like,
I imagine this goes way over my head.
Yeah, she's already back and the lady's
Please
gone.
don't let me have a bicycle ride. I don't care.
All right.
This is a horrible idea.
that is the end. That is the end of our first issue. That concludes. What was the name of this? Breaking the Bank. So we'll be back next week with another issue, a new villain, set in the same city. We're also going to introduce interludes. We have aspirational and turmoil-based interludes that we're going to introduce next session, and that's kind of like how you get your experience, you get story progress, and that can lead to like costume changes, new powers, all sorts of really cool comic book based things. Retiring your hero, kind of evolving, and we're also going to introduce continuity tokens into that, which will bring in the concept of back issues and retcons and all kinds of other comic related things that now become part of the game, which is a really cool aspect of this. It makes it feel even more like a comic book. So my homework for all of our players before next week is everybody needs to come up with an origin story. If you don't have one already, figure that out. And you need to come up with a struggle for your hero. Your hero needs an aspiration and a turmoil. And that's what you're going to use for your interlude next session to move towards story progress. So something you're working towards. So examples of aspirations are: I want to invent something that makes the world a better place. I seek to bring down the crime lord who's the mayor of our city. I want to marry my high school sweetheart. I want to be the first person from Earth to visit another star system. Like, it can be anything. Make it something your character wants to do. It can be either as a hero or in your other identity. And then you need a turmoil. And examples of that are: I want to succeed in my profession, but nobody takes me seriously. I'm in a love triangle with Commander Phantom and Ricochet. That's funny. My ailing father needs money for medical bills, but I'm already struggling to make ends meet. So things like that. Turmoils and aspirations, and that's going to make your character more three-dimensional as well. Instead of just like a big, punchy superhero, you're going to have things going on outside the game as well that's going to affect.
Want us to do the origin story too?
Yeah, do the origin story as well. I think most of you know your origin stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's seeds too in the book as well. If someone wanted, like, there's like little charts and things you can roll on.
You can roll if you don't know
uncertain.
what's you don't know what you want to do. There are roll tables for those, which are also good for the villains if you're fleshing them out. But page 36 they start, and page 38 is the street level heroes as well. There's general ones and street level ones. All right, so let's do one more round table. Megan, you got anything going on you want to talk about?
No, just remember to get vaccinated.
There you go.
Speak
And
yourself.
possibly win $1 million.
Right? Only in Alberta.
That's right. I've entered. Jeff, what do you got going on the rest of the week?
Friday on twitch.tv/lollygaggers, we're doing Delta Green, North American Friendly Times. We're going through Impossible Landscapes, lots of fun. And then on Saturday, we're doing Worlds Without Number. And then on Monday, we're doing Things from the Flood. So that's what's coming up.
Very good. Pat, what do you have going on the rest of this week?
Hey! Thank you for shouting me out. I co-run Diesel Shot, and on Thursday we are hosting our in-house game of Fallout, not related to the Fallout RPG, which I'm Under the Opinion has come out since we started our game. It's another thing, but it is Fallout. So check us out on Thursday. And if you're not all about that post-apocalyptic life, then don't worry about that. On Saturday, I will be hosting a Mothership game.
Ooh, cool.
It's bound to be fucking weird. So check us out on Diesel Shot.
Not just weird, fucking weird.
Very fucking
You heard it here
weird.
first. Aaron, what do you have going on the rest of the week?
Garblight Games. Tomorrow we'll be playing Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay 4th Edition. On Friday, Dune. Then on Sunday night on Free League, we'll be playing Alien. And then back here for more spectaculars.
That's right. Evan,
Hell yeah.
what do you got going on?
Just
watching
Alien
Crystal
on
Buzz.
Sundays, my new character.
And Evan's going to run some Simba Room in the near future as well.
Yeah, in
Ooh.
like a few weeks.
And I am hard at work prepping for some Blades in the Dark here on Garblight Games in the next couple months as well.
Is that what's after this? Or
I think I might do it even in between because people want to see some Blades in the Dark, and I'm getting
we're
I
gonna
get you.
like alternate or something?
no. I just might do it a different night. We'll see.
Oh.
We'll see.
I've
Just do-
been
'cause
itching to play Blades.
it's a short thing, right? It's like a heist, so we can do it in a couple sessions. It doesn't have to be, and you can always come back to it at a later time. It doesn't have to be a long-term, ongoing, forever sort of thing.
Yeah.
Just don't make it on Thursdays.
Just don't do it on Thursdays. All right, that's it for me. So yeah, you can catch me over on Free League Publishing along with Aaron and Evan on Friday nights for Alien. Watch me kill Evan's character again this week. And
Sunday nights.
Sunday nights. Thank you. Sunday nights. And we'll be back next week, Tuesday, with more spectaculars with the next issue. Thank you, everybody who joined us for this. It was a lot of fun. So it was a learning session. Thank you for bearing with us. We had a few bumps, but we were learning as we go. It's a very easy system, and I think we have the groundwork down now. Have a great night, everybody, and we'll see you next week.